Chapter 681. Mom, you cooked so much by yourself. Baya sighed. You haven't rested since you brought me food, right? It's a rare day. I've been busy and happy. Actually, it's not difficult. The cold dishes are all bought first. I'm just setting up the plates first. There are a total of 68 shadows, right? Asked Song Shiyu. Yes, they are the elites of the elites in the special forces. They used to be led by Leng Shua. After Gu Lingqing left the military, Leng Shua became the chief of the special forces. The people of the shadow followed Gu Lingqing out, Baya said while cutting the mushrooms. Ah, all of them came out? Song Shiyu didn't care about the military, so she didn't know. All of them came out at that time, but Leng Shua is his brother. He also needs people, so 100 of them went back to follow Leng Shua. In the past 2 years, Leng Shua has added some people to the shadow on his side. Gu Lingqing left 68 of them, including Zhang Xingyu, Baya explained. Yes. I asked Zhang Xingyu before. He said there were 68 of them. I prepared 5 tables. The big round table can seat 15 people, Song Shiyu said. Thank you, Mom. You have to cook all 5 tables. The chef we hired last time is gone for the new year. It's not safe to go out. I'm sorry, Mom, Baya said apologetically. Silly girl, it's hard and happy. These people are also my children. It doesn't matter if I work hard, Song Shiyu said with a smile. Well, it might be too late when the dishes are served. Chiyuma was a little worried. It's not too late. I took out the big steam stove. Your father bought it before, but he has never used it. I don't know why he bought it, Song Shiyu said, pointing at the big steam stove. Baya then saw a rectangular box in the kitchen. It looked more like a pressure cooker. She opened the door and saw there were 5 floors inside. The first floor, 6 bowls of braised pork knuckle. The second floor, 6 boxes of steamed buns. On the third floor there were 5 bowls of dessert. On the fourth floor there were 5 bowls of pork trotters and meatballs. The fifth layer was also filled with cooked chicken tripe. Mom, you're done with all of this? When did you do it? Baya was pleasantly surprised. I'll start cooking some in the morning. When the time comes, I'll heat them up in the steamer. 5 minutes should be enough. Very quickly, after serving these dishes, I'll prepare steamed opium fish, minced meat stew, 5 grains, bacon potatoes, and clear broth herring. Because these are raw, it might take 10 minutes. Song Shiyu told her what she had prepared. After listening to Song Shiyu's introduction, she felt a warm feeling in her heart. Mom, you've prepared much better than I expected, Baya exclaimed. There are a few vegetarian dishes that won't taste good if you steam them for a while. The leaves will turn yellow, so you have to cook them on the spot. That takes some time. Mom, I have an idea. Why don't we prepare another hot pot to cook the vegetables? First, we don't have to cook anymore. Second, eating hot pot will make the atmosphere more pleasant, Baya suggested. Good idea. You caught a lot of herring today. We can cut them into slices and cook them in the hot pot. I'll go buy some lamb and beef. There are only 2 hot pots at home. I'll go to the supermarket to buy some now. The supermarket should still be open. Do you still want to cook the other crucian carps in soup? Let me do it. We have 7 crucian carps. 1 for each table. It's a good sign to have more every year. Good idea. I'll go out first. I need to hurry before the supermarket closes. If that happens, our plan will be ruined. Song Shiyu quickly took off her scarf. Mom, be careful on the road, Baya said. Okay. Song Shiyu quickly went out. Baya used all the crucian carps and started to make braised fish. If it was cold at night, she would heat them up in the steamer for 5 minutes. Because there were a lot of fish and they were big, she could only put them in the oil one by one. She boiled the oil first. She added scallions, garlic, and ginger to the oil and stir-fried them. Then she put the fish in. When the fish were golden brown, she scooped them up and put them in a basin. After everything was done, she put a little oil in the pot. She put the 7 fish that she had prepared before in the sesame oil. Then she added cooking wine, soy sauce, and sugar. She put them in the pot to stew. While she was cooking the fish, she cut the mushrooms and cleaned the fungus that Song Shiyu had soaked in. She washed them and placed them on 5 plates. Then she washed the vegetables, spinach, lettuce, enoki mushrooms, and sliced bamboo shoots. The fragrant crucian carp was cooked. She scooped it out and placed it on the table. Seeing that there was still some time, she cooked all the braised pork. While cooking the braised pork, she cut all the herring into thin slices. Zhang Xingyu came in. Madam, I've arranged for 3 people to stand guard. The guards are still at their posts. Including me, there are a total of 65 soldiers. If they are too busy, I can be your assistant. It's fine. We can handle it. Baya looked at the time. It was 17 o'clock. What time did you tell them to eat? 17:30. If they can't make it, we can let them wait. It's fine. We can make it. Now help me take the cold dishes out. I've prepared a total of 5 tables. The round tables can seat 15 people, Baya said. Zhang Xingyu scratched his head. I don't see any tables outside. All right. The tables and chairs are in the storeroom. There are a dozen folding round tables there. It's quite big. Baya recalled this matter. These were bought by Gu Lingqing's father when he passed away. But will there be enough seats outside? Zhang Xingyu was worried. It's enough. We just need to move the sofa to the side. There will be seats against the wall. Okay. I'll ask 2 soldiers to do it. Zhang Xingyu walked out of the kitchen. Baya heard the sound of the car and followed him out of the kitchen. Song Shiyu's car came back. She smiled at Zhang Xingyu and said, Come, help me carry the things. Zhang Xingyu walked to the trunk and looked at the ingredients inside. He sighed. Did old madam move the supermarket back? I'll listen to Baya and prepare hot pot for dinner. There's no need for stir-frying. I've bought an induction cooker, beef, lamb, fish balls, meatballs and vegetables. Song Shiyu said with a smile. She took the things out from the trunk and passed them to Zhang Xingyu. That's a good idea. I haven't eaten hot pot for a long time. Winter is the busiest time for hot pot. He happily carried the ingredients into the kitchen. Baya also went forward to help and carried the ingredients into the kitchen. Zhang Xingyu was in charge of setting the table. He covered the table with a disposable tablecloth and served the 8 cold dishes. The cold dishes included braised pork ribs, dried bamboo shoots in sesame oil, spiced beef, sliced pork liver, jellyfish, peanuts, shrimps and cucumber slices. Baya and Song Shiyu were busy washing the vegetables. Chapter 682. 65 soldiers stood neatly in 5 rows. There were 12 people in each row and 4 of them were their captains. They stood at the side of the line. Zhang Xingyu saluted Baya first. He reported in a serious and respectful tone, reporting to the chief. 68 to 65 shadow warriors. 3 of them are still at their post. Please give us your instructions. Baya looked at their faces. Her eyes were red. If only Gu Lingqing was here now. She would not have any regrets. She missed Gu Lingqing very much. Sit down. Don't be so formal. Thank you for protecting me all this while. Everyone has worked hard, Baya said, feeling touched. Not at all. It's to serve the people. Hearing this, Baya smiled and said softly, Have a seat. Zhang Xingyu shouted, Sit. The squad leader of the first row yelled for everyone to sit down. Then he led the 12 soldiers and sat at the first table. Everyone straightened their chests and placed their hands neatly on their knees. After the first row was seated, the squad leader of the second row told the soldiers to sit. The soldiers sat down in an orderly manner. Baya really wanted to say that they did not need to do this. Everyone could relax and make themselves at home. However, thinking about it, these people were all soldiers. They were hot-blooded, moral, and had dreams. They were the elites of the elites. Maintaining the state of a soldier who was ready to fight at any time was their requirement for themselves. It was also their self-belief. After all the soldiers sat down, Song Shiyu was still frying the pork chop. She wanted to say something. They were very quiet. Even the sound of a needle dropping on the floor could be heard. Therefore, she did not need to use a microphone to speak. First of all, you have worked hard. You have been following me for more than a month. Every day you have been on a mission. The weather is cold and you have not slept well or eaten well. I saw that some of the soldiers' lips were cracked and many of their faces were dry. Just now many of them had frostbite on their faces. Really, thank you very much. Baya bowed sincerely for a minute. Zhang Xingyu took the lead in applauding. The soldiers cheered like thunder as they spontaneously said in unison, It's not hard on us. To protect Madam, to defend the country, we bleed and sweat. I swear to complete this mission with my life. Baya was even more touched. He looked at them with reddened eyes and said, All of you are the elites of the elites. You are the pride of the country and also my pride. From tomorrow onwards, I will send all of you home for the new year. If any of you don't want to come next year, it's all right. I will do my best to arrange jobs for you. We pledge our lives to complete the mission, to protect the madam and to defend the country, the soldiers said in unison. Thank you. Thank you. Baya was choking. She didn't want to cry, but tears still flowed down her face. Their mission was to protect her, and this mission was given by Gu Lingqing before the accident. She missed Gu Lingqing very much. She was also grateful to them for always protecting her. She was so emotional that she turned around and faced her back to the soldiers. Zhang Xingyu handed her a napkin. We are all willing to stay. Everything that Madam has done, fighting against corruption, evil forces and enemies, we have seen it with our own eyes. It's our dream to follow Madam. Zhang Xingyu was really good with words. Baiya was feeling guilty at first. But after hearing his words, she was comforted and felt that she shouldn't be so emotional at this moment. Her tears, her excitement, will affect the happy atmosphere. She adjusted her emotions and turned to face the soldiers. She smiled. Everyone, let's eat. My mom made most of the food. I didn't cook much. I hope you guys like it. After Baiya finished speaking, she saw that the soldiers were still sitting there in fear. They didn't move at all. She looked at Zhang Xingyu. Zhang Xingyu also felt that the atmosphere in the military was rather strange. He ordered, dismissed. It's time for everyone to rest. You can talk freely. Madam will prepare wine later. Team 5, you guys still have to be on duty tonight. Don't drink. The rest of you can drink a little. After all, we have to rush home tomorrow. Leader, we haven't bought our train tickets. Is it too late to buy them now? A soldier asked. I've prepared 7 planes. We can send all of you home tomorrow, Zhang Xingyu said with certainty. If we leave, what about Madam? A soldier asked worriedly. At that moment, Baiya was touched. Don't worry, Madam won't be in danger. Evil won't win over good. I've already arranged everything. Haha, there will be delicious dishes and hot pot later. Everyone eat more. Let Madam see how chubby we are. Zhang Xingyu smiled. The atmosphere became better. Thank you, Madam. Actually, Madam, it's good for us to follow you, a soldier said. Team leader, follow me to the kitchen to serve the dishes, Zhang Xingyu ordered. Yes, Madam. You don't know, but the Aning in the military is so jealous of us. Them? What? Baiya didn't understand. She felt that the soldiers following her were working hard enough. We've been divided into 5 teams. 2 teams will be on duty for a day. That means we'll rest for a day and work for a day. This has never happened before in the military, the soldier replied. Zhang Xingyu heard it. He came out with the dishes and said, Didn't I arrange for you to train for 4 hours in the morning? Did you slack off? Of course not. We only trained for 4 hours in the morning. But we can still rest for a long time, the soldier said with satisfaction. Do your best. Madam won't mistreat us. There's something I haven't told you yet. Madam has already transferred 200,000 to each of us through a Swiss bank. You should receive it tomorrow. If you haven't received it, remember to call me, Zhang Xingyu said. Ah. The crowd became excited. Some people shouted, Long live Madam! Long live Madam! A straightforward soldier said, I was thinking that it's a good thing I didn't go back for the new year. Otherwise, I wouldn't have brought back a single cent. How am I going to explain it to my family? I have 200,000 now. I can immediately build a house and raise a lot of pigs. Why don't you have a single cent? Chief Gu gave us a lot of money before, Zhang Xingyu said. The straightforward soldier scratched his head. I've sent all the money back home. I have food and a place to stay at Madam's place. I don't have any money with me. You should go back and celebrate the new year with your wife this time. Maybe the next time you go back, your wife will give birth to a chubby boy, a soldier teased. Chapter 683. Women were all emotional. If she was in labor or confinement, she would want her husband to be by her side. Her husband didn't have to do anything. He just had to accompany her. She said, if something happens at home, you can ask for leave. It's a 3-month maternity leave. Stay at home and accompany your wife. Madam, you're so nice. I want to be with you forever, another soldier said. Zhang Xingyu and the squad leaders served the dishes. He heard it again and said, Io? You should eat more. Leave the flattery to me. After he said that, the soldiers roared with laughter. It was very lively. Xiaoya, come here. Song Shiyu called Baiya over. Okay. Baiya walked into the kitchen. There are too many people at this table. If we put a plate of vegetables on the table, some of them won't be able to eat it. If we put a few more plates and the table is full, what do you think we should do? Song Shiyu asked worriedly. Baiya glanced at the table outside. The dishes were almost filling up the table. How about this? We put these vegetables in a big basin and put them at the back. Whoever wants to eat can go and get a plate. This way we can solve the problem of not being able to put the dishes on the table. Secondly, we won't run out of food, Baiya suggested. Song Shiyu smiled lovingly. You're so smart. This is a good idea. Let's do it. Baiya helped Song Shiyu carry the plates out. Well, the table is full. The vegetables are at the back. Whoever wants them can come and get them. I'll give 2 empty plates to each table, Baya said. The soldiers applauded. Someone said, Madam, old madam, come and eat too. Thank you for your hard work. Zhang Xingyu looked for the person to talk to in private. Damn, who stole her lines again. Okay, wait for a while. Baya helped Song Shiyu put the last 5 dishes into the big steamer. After the timer was set, they sat at the last table. There were 15 people sitting there. The soldiers hadn't been so lively in a long time, and they laughed from time to time. Everyone knew that Baya was pregnant, so each table sent their own class monitor to toast Baya. Baya substituted tea for wine. The monitor of their table was on duty. Zhang Xingyu raised his glass of wine and said to Baya, there are thousands of words that need not be spoken. In any case, I'm very happy to be working for Madam. I'm very, very happy. Before Baya could say anything, Song Shiyu stopped Zhang Xingyu and said, you also have a mission today, don't drink. Zhang Xingyu looked at Song Shiyu in astonishment. Old madam, what other tasks do I have? Tell me and I'll do it right away. You don't have to do it right away. After dinner, bring me some delicious food to Shulan's place. She is cold and cheerless. Please accompany her at night. I will go to see her tomorrow. Song Shiyu said with a smile. Oh, no problem. Zhang Xingyu agreed readily. After dinner, the soldiers probably hadn't gathered for a long time, so they didn't disperse yet. Baya looked at the time. It was already 9:30 p.m., but Xing Buhua hadn't called. With the soldiers around, it wasn't appropriate for her to leave and rest. In fact, she didn't rest during the day, so she was a little tired now. She didn't speak but listened to their conversation quietly. She smiled when she saw them talking and laughing. People were strange. No matter how lively the scene was, if no one showed up, she would still feel depressed and lonely. Song Shiyu saw that Baya wasn't in a good state, so she said gently, if you're tired, you can rest first. I'll take care of everything here. Seeing that Baya was tired, the soldiers knew that they had disturbed Baya. Baya liked silence. Well, we're full. We'll leave first. The soldiers said. The soldiers said goodbye one after another. After a while, only Song Shiyu and Baya were left in the living room. Go and rest first. I'll clean up here, Song Shiyu said lovingly. Okay. Thank you, Mom. Baya didn't refuse. She was really a little tired. She went to the library. As soon as she laid on the bed, she closed her eyes and fell asleep. After some time she was pushed awake. When she opened her eyes, she saw Gu Lingqing. She blinked, thinking that she was still dreaming. Sadness flashed in her eyes and she closed them again. Tears flowed from the corners of her eyes. Seeing her tears, Xing Buhua felt as if his heart was being cut by a knife. Xiaoya, Xiaoya, Xing Buhua called gently. Baya opened her eyes again and looked at Xing Buhua. She was much more awake now. When she came to her senses, they were no longer in a dream. She sat up and asked, are we leaving? Yes. I'm sorry. Something happened. I couldn't come in time, Xing Buhua said apologetically. His eyes were dark and a trace of complexity flashed across. He quickly looked down so that Baya wouldn't notice. It's okay. You're in a critical period now. I understand. But you have to wait for me. I have to pack some luggage, Baya said. Okay. I'll go with you. Xing Buhua held Baya's hand and went back to her room. Baya took out some clothes from the closet and threw them on the bed. Xing Buhua folded them and put them neatly into her luggage. She seemed to have seen this scene in her dream. Xiaoya, after we go, I want to stay in B country for a few more days. I'll show you around, Xing Buhua said. She actually had the same idea. I'll ask the soldiers of the shadow to come to work on the 7th day of the new year. We can come back on the 7th or 8th day. Xing Buhua smiled. Are we telepathic? Baya smiled too. Maybe. She especially cherished the time she spent with Gu Lingqing. There's something I have to remind you. I can give you advice during the negotiation, but I can't show my face. I'm worried that if Zhuqiuni finds out, he'll do more harm to you, Baya said. Okay, I know. I'll get you a fake identity after we go. You might have to wear a wig and sunglasses. Let's try to keep a low profile. Xing Buhua had already thought about it. Baya nodded. After they packed their luggage, they left through the secret passage. Baya didn't sleep for more than a few hours. She was still quite sleepy. Her chin rested on Xing Buhua's shoulder. She looked forward lazily. Her heart was also lazy. Lingqing, actually, I really hope that you can appear during dinner tonight. The people of the shadow will be very happy to see you. Okay. Xing Buhua lowered his voice. You want to see Gu Lingqing today. The research team called him and told him that Gu Lingqing was in shock again. After spending a few hours, they announced that Gu Lingqing was dead. At that moment he couldn't understand his heart. Was it regret, heartache, or was it a fluke? However, the next second Gu Lingqing miraculously came back to life. It seemed that he couldn't let go of Baiya. However, he was still unconscious. He sighed heavily. There will be a day like that. Chapter 684. Did you dream of me too? Xing Buhua asked in surprise. He suddenly thought of something. When Gu Lingqing was with her, he would dream of them together. Now that he was with Baiya, would Gu Lingqing dream of them together too? I dreamed that you were going to jump into the sea. I was scared. I was scared that you would leave me. So I shouted your name with all my might. You seem to have heard it. You turned around and looked at me and you seemed to be standing by my bed. I don't know. I don't know if it was a dream or reality. But I have the same dream every time. I'm scared. Baiya sobbed. She opened her eyes. Her eyes were red. Xing Buhua clenched the handle and said in a deep voice, I won't leave you. It's the opposite in dreams. You say that every time. Baiya sounded a little angry. That's why I'm here every time. Xing Buhua stopped the car and turned around to look at her. He looked at her affectionately as if he was looking at her. Baiya raised the corner of her mouth slightly. You're right. Half an hour later, they entered the bathing area from one of the secret passages and came out from the secret door of the bathing area. Xing Buhua brought her to a black Buick business car. I bought a ticket to Country B at 9 a.m. tomorrow. The makeup will take 6 hours. You can take a nap then. We'll be done at around 7 a.m. Then we'll rush to the airport, Xing Buhua said. How is Zhuqiuni doing in Country F? Baiya asked tentatively. Not much yet. I don't know if he's doing it on purpose or if he's in trouble. Xing Buhua was also confused. Maybe he's just observing. He's a patient person. Baiya judged. But he should be done before me. Today I sent another list of spies anonymously to the Minister of Foreign Affairs. So far there hasn't been any response. Let's wait until we go to B country and negotiate with them, Xing Buhua said worriedly. I keep feeling like there's a mystery ahead, more like an abyss. I'm a little worried that there's an even stronger conspiracy hidden behind this incident, Baiya said, squinting his eyes. For example? Xing Buhua trusted Baiya's judgment. For example, Shiniyin will never let Zhuqiuni become a hero. He is the one who urgently needs to suppress Zhuqiuni. Another example is that Zhuqiuni has not made a move. He must have thought of this. Our appearance might be the key for Zhuqiuni to turn the situation around. It's dangerous, Baiya analyzed. We'll act according to the circumstances. We're not acting according to the circumstances. We have to prepare for Plan B, Baiya corrected Xing Buhua. Fighting with a group of old foxes, they had to be more cunning than the foxes. Half an hour later they arrived at a crowded KTV parking lot. Xing Buhua held Baiya's hand and walked into the elevator. They pressed the button for the 11th floor. Baiya wore a cap and kept her head down. She was afraid that they would be caught on video or seen by someone else. If that happened, their plan would be ruined. When they reached the 11th floor, Xing Buhua pulled her up the stairs and pushed the wall open. Baiya widened her eyes in surprise. This is the 12th floor? No, it's a hidden floor. Xing Buhua explained and continued to pull her forward. You hit a floor without anyone noticing? The elevator here goes up to the 27th floor, but the number outside shows the 28th floor. Isn't that abnormal? Baiya was even more shocked. The number outside also shows the 27th floor. There will be a visual difference. So the extra floor here is hidden. Our makeup artist is inside. He'll bring you to meet someone, Xing Buhua said. He stopped and knocked on the door. Someone opened the door. Baiya saw a man in a black suit. He was sitting in front of the mirror. Through the mirror, he had a face that was almost identical to Gu Lingqing's. When she took a closer look, she realized that there was a difference. At first glance he looked like Gu Lingqing, but he looked strange. He was very stiff, as if his muscles were stiff after plastic surgery. Moreover, the color of his skin was not right. It was obvious that he had makeup on, especially his eyes. At first glance he looked like Gu Lingqing, but at second glance he realized that there was an obvious difference. Actually, it's easy for people to notice that he doesn't look like Gu Lingqing, Baiya said. He'll go to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs at 8 in the morning tomorrow. He'll wear sunglasses and go to the office. He just needs to look like Gu Lingqing. It's not like someone is watching him, Xing Buhua explained. But he has to get on the plane, right? No one noticed? Baiya looked at him. The more she looked at him, the more he didn't look like Gu Lingqing. He'll take a special plane tomorrow. He won't go through the security check. The people around him will be my people. They're all people I trust. They can also stop people from looking at him. There shouldn't be a problem, Xing Buhua said with certainty. Baiya could only hope that was the case. Looking at the man's makeup, one could imagine what she and Xing Buhua's makeup would look like. Baiya sat on the chair and thought of something. She asked the makeup artist, "I'm pregnant now. You don't have any heavy metals like lead or mercury in your makeup, right?" "No, the chief told me that it must be the most natural," the makeup artist said. Baiya was relieved. Gu Lingqing was as meticulous as ever. She leaned back on the chair and closed her eyes. She felt the coolness on her face. The makeup artist applied layer after layer of makeup on her face. She fell asleep before she knew it. Xing Buhua looked at her. She must be very tired from sleeping like this. Can she do it on the bed? Xing Buhua asked with concern. Yes, the makeup artist said. But she needs to wake up when I do the makeup on her eyes. Okay. Wait a minute, Xing Buhua said to his makeup artist. He carried Baiya. Baiya opened her eyes and looked at him. He smiled gently. It's okay. Go to sleep. I'll wake you up when it's time. Baiya closed her eyes again. He put Baiya on the bed. The makeup artist continued to do makeup for Baiya. After 3 hours, the makeup artist woke her up. Baiya opened her eyes. She had too little sleep. Her head hurt so badly that she couldn't even open her eyes. I'm sorry. I need to do the makeup on her eyes. That's why I woke you up, the makeup artist said gently. Baiya understood. She pulled herself together and glanced at Xing Buhua. His face had become a completely different person. It was round, chubby, and very sensual. Baiya smiled. Lingqing? Xing Buhua looked at her and smiled too. You finally put on weight. Baiya walked to the mirror. Her face was 1/3 bigger than his own. Her forehead was flat and wide, and her chin was a little forward. She really had the characteristics of that female employee. If I had known that there was such a disguise technique, I wouldn't have had to go through the pain of plastic surgery. Chapter 685. Baiya understood. The key is that in order to maintain these 72 hours, you have to endure 6 hours of makeup. The makeup artist smiled slightly. She pursed her lips and did not say anything. Then she started to work on Baiya's eyes. Once the eyes were done, the makeup artist would be 80% similar. Therefore, it took the longest time to work on the eyes. After more than 2 hours, the makeup artist compared Baiya to the person in the photo. When she felt that it was about right, she took a photo of Baiya. Take a look. Is it good enough? She passed the 2 photos to Baiya for comparison. From the photo, it looked exactly the same, but she could not look at it closely. Her face was too stiff. Thank you, it's good enough. Xing Buhua looked at Baiya and smiled. His eyes were full of smiles. Baiya saw that he was chubby and smiled too. If Gu Lingqing was chubby, he would look good too. After the makeup was done, they went to the airport. Baiya called Leng Shuai. I'm on my way to the airport now. I've already arranged it yesterday. You can line up at number 10, Leng Shuai said. Can you not look at my face? Give me a secret signal. Baiya did not tell Leng Shuai about her disguise. Sure. The secret signal is, say, it's so hot today that I've caught a cold. I wonder if Xiao Guai has caught a cold? Leng Shuai said. Okay, I got it. Thank you, Baiya said. She hung up, put on her mask and sunglasses and went to the airport. They entered the waiting room easily. Baiya was still wearing her mask and sunglasses. She lowered her head and sat in the corner, waiting for her turn in silence. Time ticked by. For some reason, Baiya's heart was in turmoil and she felt a little uneasy. She thought for a moment and called Lu Shuang. Xiaobai, you're so early. Lu Shuang sighed, still sleepy. Have you forgotten that I usually get up early? What is Xinyan doing now? Baiya asked tentatively. I don't know. He went out early in the morning and didn't call me. When he didn't call me, I was free. After waking up, I started playing games. I realized that there are many live streaming platforms that can stream games and earn money. Lu Shuang said happily. Cool girl, it's better for you to know more about Xinyan. Only by knowing yourself and your enemy can you emerge victorious. Baiya reminded. I'm okay. I'll call him and ask him what he's doing. I'll call you later, Lu Shuang said. Then he hung up and called Xinyan. Xinyan hung up on her. Lu Shuang guessed that Xinyan might be in a meeting or something. It would be meaningless to call her now. So she called Baiya. I called him, but he didn't pick up. I think he's busy. Xiaobai, did something happen to Xinyan? Lu Shuang asked worriedly. No, I just hope that you can be more careful. It's New Year's Eve today. Do you want to come over and spend it with me? Lu Shuang invited enthusiastically. How can I go to the president's residence for New Year's? What will people think of me? Baya smiled and said gently. Then I'll come over to your house. I don't want to spend the new year with Hua Zixing in the president's residence. It'll be awkward. She has Nangong Yu and Hua Rui with her, Lu Shuang said dejectedly. Shiniyin seemed to have gone out with Hua Zixing. Even if you want to come over to my place, Shiniyin won't agree to it. Baya saw that the plane had already started to board. Finally she said, Shuangniu, I have something to do here. I have to hang up first. Remember to call me if anything happens. If I turn off my phone you can also leave a message for me. An. Okay. But Xiaobai, from your tone did something big happen? Don't be like last time and not tell me anything, Lu Shuang said with a pleading tone. He was a little lost and disappointed. Baya thought for a while. Last time he didn't tell her anything. Lu Shuang's mother died. Shiniyin has been doing something big recently. I'm worried that she will do something desperate. You'll be in danger. Be careful and live well, Baya reminded. Okay, Lu Shuang replied. I'm hanging up. Baya hung up. After thinking for a while she turned off her phone. Xing Buhua walked towards her and said, The Minister of Foreign Affairs of Country B called me and arranged to meet at 6 o'clock in the afternoon. My people will fly to Country B at 10 o'clock. He might arrive a little earlier than us. Then are you going to let him meet the Minister of Foreign Affairs, or are you going yourself? Baya asked worriedly. If the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Country B was from Zhuchuani, then Xing Buhua was in too much danger. If Country B finds out that the person who is going to negotiate with him is a fake, the consequences will be severe. So I have to go. But I will cooperate with my man to confuse those who want to harm me, Xing Buhua said in a deep voice. It's a competition of caution and scheming. Let's be careful, Baya said. She carried her small suitcase and queued up to board the plane. It only took 3 hours and 40 minutes to fly from Country A to Country B directly. Baya closed her eyes and slept the moment she boarded the plane. When they were about to reach Country B, the air stewardess informed her. Baya opened her eyes slowly. Maybe because she didn't sleep well last night, she felt that she couldn't get enough sleep. Are you okay? Xing Buhua asked with concern. Baya looked at Xing Buhua and was stunned. Then she smiled casually. His chubby face was so cute that she wanted to pinch it. Seeing her smile, Xing Buhua couldn't help but smile too. He held her hand and looked at her deeply. Are we staying in a hotel? Baya asked thoughtfully. No, staying in a hotel is too eye-catching. I've already arranged a place to stay. Someone will come and pick us up when we get off the plane, Xing Buhua explained. Is it safe? Baya was cautious. Xing Buhua nodded. He's a reliable person. When they got off the plane, Xing Buhua switched on his phone. There were a lot of incoming call notifications on his phone. Xing Buhua called Li Zhenyan back first. Li Zhenyan must have something important to report since he called him. Once the call went through, Li Zhenyan immediately picked up the phone. Chief, something happened. What happened? Xing Buhua asked solemnly and stopped in his tracks. Seeing that he didn't look well, Baya also stopped in her tracks and waited for him. Sir, our plane exploded in mid-air, Li Zhenyan said in pain. What? Xing Buhua was shocked. Are you talking about the private plane that came to Country B? Yes. Do you know who did it? Did you find the black box? Xing Buhua continued to ask. No, we lost contact with the plane an hour before the accident. The explosion happened on the sea and there was no information left, Li Zhenyan said. I got it. You must comfort the family and ensure their future, especially Li Liangyu, Xing Buhua instructed. Chapter 686. Let's talk about it after I'm done with the discussion. Xing Buhua narrowed his eyes and said, emitting a cold aura. Baya looked at Xing Buhua thoughtfully. Now even with the mask on he looked very sinister. What's wrong? Li Liangyu, the one who pretended to be me, was on the plane to Country B. The plane exploded, killing me and 4 others, Xing Buhua said in a low voice. Baya's hands were trembling. This had happened once before. Gu Lingqing's plane exploded on its way to the special military area. Who is it? Sheng Dongqing is dead, and it's unlikely that Su Zheng is dead. Zhuchuani? Baya's voice was trembling. I don't know who it is at the moment, but the possibility of it being him is very high, Xing Buhua guessed. Baya couldn't control her emotions and kicked the luggage hard. The image of the bullet piercing through Gu Lingqing's head kept flashing in her mind, and the piercing feeling attacked her again. Why? Baye's eyes were bloodshot, and he clenched his fists tightly. You've already changed your identity, but there are still people who don't want to let you go. It was Sheng Dongqing before and now it's Wuchuani. Why do they all have to do this? Xing Buhua knew that she was worried about him. He reached out and hugged Baye. He pressed the back of her neck and pressed her against his shoulder. He felt that she was still trembling. His heart was aching and sour. Don't be afraid. We're fine now and we'll always be fine in the future. Baye hugged Xing Buhua's waist, trying not to collapse emotionally. She holds back her fear, worry, fear and anger. Lingqing Xingdongqing is dead. After this negotiation, let's leave, okay? Find a place where no one knows us, take mom, take our kids. Son, live a good life. Xing Buhua patted Baye's back to comfort her, but didn't say anything. Okay. Baye urged. It was rare for him to be so willful and domineering in front of him. If we don't solve Wuchuani, we will be in danger no matter where we go. Also, my man died. I have to avenge him. Xing Buhua said, implying that he couldn't just leave with her. Baye pushed Xing Buhua away forcefully. His suppressed temper exploded. You're like this every time. Last time we agreed to leave, you said you wanted to avenge your father. Now that Sheng Dongqing is dead, you say you want to avenge your brothers. You do this and that. Why don't you think about me? The last time I was pregnant, you weren't by my side. This time you're still not by my side. I'm worried and scared every day. I'm really tired. Do you still want to be with me? She wiped away her tears. The back of her hand was smeared with makeup. She knew that she shouldn't lose her temper in public. Many people would look at her and find her strange. The more she couldn't control her emotions, the more dangerous it would be for them. Xing Buhua just looked at her deeply and let her lose her temper. Let's split up for a while. I'll contact you later, Baye said. She turned around, picked up her luggage and ran out of the door quickly. She didn't want to force Gu Lingqing, but she really couldn't bear to see him die again. She had enough of this kind of life. Xing Buhua quickly caught up with her. He held her arm, sighed softly and said helplessly, You're not familiar with this place. I'll be worried. Baye's eyes were red. She shook off his hand. I've been alone in America for 3 years. I'm also unfamiliar with this place. I'm living a good life. I can live a good life anywhere I go, Baye said angrily. She knew that she was forcing him. When she knew that his plane had exploded, she broke down. Xing Buhua hugged her helplessly. He wrapped her whole body in his arms. Don't be angry. I promise you. When we return from B-land, I'll leave with you. Baye looked up at him in disbelief. Are you serious? Xing Buhua nodded. Really? I'll travel around the world. I can live on a deserted island if I want. Hearing the word deserted island, Baye felt sad. That used to be their paradise. But now that the place was exposed, it meant that they couldn't go back to that place if they wanted to leave this mess. She felt sad. Very sad. She cried out loud. Xing Buhua's heart ached when he heard her crying. She was used to being strong. It was as if she was invincible. She fought against Sheng Dongqing, Wuchuani, Su Zhang and all kinds of enemies. At this moment she was so fragile. She was just a young woman. She wondered if Gu Lingqing, who was lying on the bed, could hear her crying. If he could, would he be sad too? If he was sad, would he wake up? Xiaoya, I'm sorry. I made you sad, Xing Buhua said hoarsely. Baye gradually calmed down. What kind of person was Gu Lingqing? During a mission he could sacrifice himself to save others, even if it was a stranger. Because he said that he was a soldier. He would be sad for a long time when a comrade died. He could sacrifice himself to save his comrade. He was a man who valued relationships and righteousness. To him she was more important than his own life. She knew that he was sad. His brothers died because of him. So he couldn't leave. She understood him. Even if he left now, he would be unhappy for the rest of his life. He would be tormented by his conscience for the rest of his life. Just like that mission 8 years ago. His comrades died one by one in front of him. He never let go of them. Thinking of this, she felt sad again. She cried and looked at his helpless, deep eyes. Maybe love was sacrificing for the other party. Go and fight. Go and take revenge for your soldiers. I'll fight with you. If you die, I'll be with you, Baye said firmly. She knew that she should do this. But it was like a flood had accumulated in her heart. There was too much water to hold, so it could only flow out from her eyes. Xing Buhua hugged Baye with heartache. She was really a very understanding person. She was also very reasonable. Although she broke down and was angry just now, it was because she loved Gu Lingqing too much. After she calmed down, she would still stand in Gu Lingqing's position and do it, no matter how sad she was or how much she didn't want to. She always forced herself. Xiaoya, if we don't get rid of Zhuqiuni, you and I will be in danger no matter where we go. Zhuqiuni is the kind of person who would rather kill 100 wrongly than let one go. After we get rid of Zhuqiuni, no matter what happens, we have to leave. Baya looked into his eyes. She looked at him with a burning and pleading gaze. Even though she looked ugly now, he was still moved by those compassionate eyes. Chapter 687. Xiaoya, when this matter in B Nation is over, I'll abandon the identity of Xing Buhua and return as Gu Lingqing, Xing Buhua said. Baya nodded. It doesn't matter if you're Gu Lingqing or Xing Buhua, those people won't tolerate you anymore. Why don't you go back to being Gu Lingqing? We'll be together openly. Yeah, we'll be together openly. We'll never leave each other again. Xing Buhua followed Baya's drawing and wiped her tears. Oh no, my makeup is ruined. Should we hurry up and leave? Baya immediately put on her sunglasses. He held her hand and walked out of the airport, making a call. Got it. He pulled Baya and got into a black Mercedes. After putting down their luggage, he opened the back door and let Baya get in first. Baya quickly got into the car. There was only a foreigner in the car. After Xing Buhua got into the car, the foreigner conversed with Xing Buhua in B Nation's language. Baya couldn't understand a single word. Gu Lingqing knew many languages. Baya knew about this. She looked out of the window and gradually calmed herself down. Xing Buhua suddenly held her hand. She looked at Xing Buhua. She looked at Xing Buhua. Xiaoya, do you think it's possible that Xinyan did this? Xing Buhua asked thoughtfully. It's unlikely. He knows that my mind isn't on the court. I'll leave with you. I won't be a threat to him, Baya said. But he doesn't know that I'm Gu Lingqing. I've just received news that Zhuqiuni has been arrested by the Prime Minister of F Nation this morning, Xing Buhua said in a low voice. Baya was shocked. So, you're saying that Zhuqiuni couldn't have done the plane explosion? Even if Zhuqiuni did it, it's impossible that Xinyan didn't know about it. He might have allowed it to happen. But I think that Zhuqiuni couldn't take care of himself. It's almost impossible for him to plant a bomb on my plane, Xing Buhua said solemnly. Baya's eyes flickered as he tried to sort out the logic within, trying to sort out the clues. If he asked Xinyan directly, the result would be faster. She took out her phone and prepared to turn it on. Xing Buhua reminded, have you installed anti-tracking devices? Yes, I have. Don't worry. My phone's location changes every minute. I should be in the South Pole now, Baya explained. Be careful. Also, Xinyan is an extremely smart person. Don't be tricked by him. We're on the way now. He can hear us through the phone and analyze it. I suggest that we contact him after we reach the base, Xing Buhua said worriedly. Baya thought about it and nodded. Half an hour later, the car stopped in the parking lot of a villa. Baya and the others didn't get out. The ground sank and sent them to the third floor underground. The car continued to drive forward. It stopped after 5 minutes. The car continued to rise and arrived at another parking lot. The foreigner who was driving got out of the car and opened the back door. Baya and Xing Buhua got out of the car and entered a small door. Another small door led to another villa. Xing Buhua said to Baya, go wash your face and remove your makeup. We'll stay here for the time being. Okay. Baya looked around. Please come with me, the foreigner said in a non-standard country A language. Baya followed the foreigner to a room at the end of the first floor. It was a suite with a large bathroom. The hot spring tub in the bathroom was 2 meters by 2 meters. She removed the makeup on her face, washed her face, went out, sat on the sofa and turned on her phone. There were many calls on her phone. Some were cold, some were from Song Xiu, some were from Zhang Xingyu, some were from Xing Shang, some were from Xinyan and some were from Lu Shuang. She called Song Xiu first. Xiaoya, how are you? Song Xiu asked worriedly. Mom. I'm fine. I'm fine. How about Lingqing? Is Lingqing okay? I heard that our plane exploded when it was flying to country B. The Minister of Foreign Affairs was also on it. The Minister of Foreign Affairs is Lingqing, right? Song Xiu asked worriedly. She couldn't help but sound anxious and sad. Mom, Lingqing is fine too. Don't worry. The enemy is as cunning as you. We're not that easy to deal with. Soon Lingqing and I will come back together. This time Lingqing won't leave us. Baya comforted her. Song Xiu breathed a sigh of relief. She still believed in Baya's words. That's good. You must be careful when you're outside. Don't worry, I'll take care of you at home. There's one more thing. There are 10 young men in the shadows who won't go home. They're still stationed in our manor. Zhang Xingyu won't go back either. Thank you for your hard work. You have to rest well when you're outside too. Eat well every day, Song Shiyu reminded her. Baya felt a warmth in her heart. Alright, I'll hang up then. I still have calls from some people. I have to return them. Okay. Baya hung up and called Xinyan. She asked indifferently, what's wrong? Where are you now? Xinyan asked directly. It's New Year's Eve today. Xinyan, can you calm down? I want to rest well too, Baya said irritably. Xingbuhua's plane exploded on the way to Country B. Do you know about this? Xinyan asked. Yes, I got the news immediately. What's wrong? Baya's tone was indifferent. Who do you think did it? Xinyan asked. Xinyan, do you think that you're the only one with a normal IQ in the world? Baya asked impatiently. Xinyan's tone became serious too. What do you mean by that? I think you should know that my goal is not to be in the government. I just want to leave Country A after I'm done with what I want to do. I want to live a free and unrestrained life. Xinyan kept quiet. Baya continued, actually, I know that you killed Xing Dongqing. Of course, you didn't have to do it yourself. You only needed to stir up other people's emotions and get someone else to do the dirty work. Zhuochuani is under the control of the Prime Minister of Country F. The Prime Minister of Country F has a good relationship with you. If I'm not wrong, you'll soon announce the evidence of Zhuochuani's betrayal. Zhuochuani will definitely be dead after he leaves Country F. Moreover, he'll die with a bad reputation and nothing. Previously, the 3 magnates were all taken down by you. You're still afraid of Xingbuhua. Or perhaps you hate Xingbuhua. First, it's because Xingbuhua came to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs used to be your territory. But Xingbuhua can still get married. You can't control his personality, so you can't tolerate him. Only you can blow up Xingbuhua. I suspect that you're the one who announced the spy, right? Because only you have the authority to see the list of our spies in other countries. Chapter 688. Xingbuhua leaned against the wall in shock. He looked straight ahead and his chest was heaving violently. He recalled the time he spent with Xinyan. He always thought that Zhuochuani was the one who betrayed the intelligence. He didn't expect that it was Xinyan. If Xinyan was the one who set up this trap, then Xinyan was too scary. His father spent more than 10 years to stabilize the throne, but he only spent 2 years. He didn't even need to do anything himself. No, Xinyan said in a low voice. Of course you said no. You are so shrewd. How could you admit that Xinyan and Xingbuhua are Gulingqing? Are you satisfied with this answer? Now that Zhuochuani is dead, no one will be able to shake your royal authority. Gulingqing will not be able to threaten you. After we return, we will prepare to leave. After we come back, we will leave and stop dealing with us. Baya emphasized. You said that Xingbuhua is Gulingqing? Xinyan was also shocked. I'm very tired. I helped you because I think that only you will let go of Gulingqing and me. Only by helping you, Lu Shuang can be happy. Don't waste your time on us. Baya said and hung up the phone. Xingbuhua walked into the room and looked at Baya with a complicated look. You also think that Xinyan is the biggest behind the scenes? I tested him, but he denied it. So far, I can't tell the truth from his tone. Lingqing. Baya called his name, stood up and walked to him. Yes, Xingbuhua answered. I have already told Xinyan that you are Gulingqing. I think that when he doesn't know that you are Gulingqing, he may take action. But after he knows, he will let go. So, Xingbuhua asked faintly. This time, Zhuochuani should be finished. Before we confirm that Xinyan is the mastermind, let him go. He is the man that Lu Shuang likes. I owe Lu Shuang. Don't do anything to him unless I have to, Baya pleaded. Xingbuhua kept silent. When he found out that Xinyan was manipulating everything behind the scenes, he wanted to deal with him. Just like Gulingqing, he was also a god of war. He had never lost or made a mistake, but this time he suffered a huge setback because of Xinyan. He was indignant, but at the same time his long-lost blood was ignited. Lingqing. Baya called his name. Call me Buhua, Xingbuhua said. You're not going to spend it? Xingbuhua's eyes softened a little, and he reached out to hold her in his arms. Do you know why I named myself Buhua? It's the same pronunciation as confusion? Baya guessed. It's one of the meanings. It's no longer confused and it's clear where you're going. It also means speed, agility, and speed. Baya looked at him and had a bad feeling. You're expressing your passion, your ability, and your decisiveness. So you don't want to let Xinyan go. If he killed my comrade, I can't let him go, Xingbuhua said firmly. Baya took a step back and lowered her eyes. I don't want to discuss this with you now. After all, we still don't know who the murderer is. Maybe it's not him at all and I'm just worrying for nothing. You rest for a while. I'll set up a trap first. We must succeed and go back, Xingbuhua said in a low voice. Baya looked up at him. Since you're in someone else's trap now, it's too dangerous to meet the Minister of Foreign Affairs. Why don't you invite the Minister of Foreign Affairs over and have a good talk? Tell him your difficulties. Or if you think it's too risky, you can bring forward the meeting time. Anyway, don't go according to other people's plans. That's my plan too. You rest for a while. After I go, I'll put a listening device on me and you'll be able to hear our conversation. When the time comes, we can communicate directly. Baya knew that he didn't want her to follow him because he wanted to ensure her safety. She didn't want to be a burden to him and it would be better for him to act alone. After Xingbuhua left, Baya took a change of clothes into the bathroom again. She took off her clothes, sat in the bathtub and closed her eyes to rest. Her phone rang. She opened her eyes helplessly and looked at the caller ID. It was a cold call. She forgot that she didn't return the cold call and picked it up. Madam, the general's plane exploded, Lung Pin said in a low voice. Don't worry, Baya said calmly. Lung Pin smiled. I knew that the general would be fine. I'll go do my work first and wait for your triumphant return. Baya hung up the phone and looked ahead. She pressed her hand on her chest, which still felt uncomfortable. She lay on the bathtub, rested for a while and felt sleepy again. She was worried that she would fall asleep and catch a cold, so she washed her hair, changed her clothes and got out of the bathtub. Xingbuhua came in and looked at her with a complicated expression. He opened the drawer under the TV cabinet and took out a hairdryer. Baya recalled the time when they first met. When she went to his place, he also took out a hairdryer from under the TV cabinet. There was a strange feeling in her heart again. Before Xingbuhua could dry her hair, she hugged Xingbuhua and buried her face in his arms, not saying a word. His eyes softened, and his heart was surrounded by gentleness. It was as if heavy honey had been poured into his heart, and the fighting spirit that had been ignited was extinguished. Forget it, since her wish was to leave with him, he would leave with her. This was the first time he compromised, and it changed the ideals, aspirations and ambitions that he had had since he was young. The image of them having many children appeared in his mind, and it seemed beautiful. He lowered his head and kissed her forehead. When we finish this mission and go back, Xinyan should have stabilized the throne, and we will leave together. Baya was touched and nodded. She could finally leave. From now on she could live her ideal life with Gu Lingqing. You must be careful when you go out to negotiate this time. Don't worry, I just got the crucial evidence and it will definitely succeed, Xingbuhua said with certainty. I'll dry your hair first and then I'll leave. Baya stood beside him obediently and looked at his stern face in a daze. He looked back at her and smiled. If you keep looking at me like this, I'll think too much. Baya blushed slightly and lowered her eyes. If Zhuchuani fails this time, Xinyan will stabilize his position. What he needs to do is to negotiate with Hua Zixing. After all, he has always wanted to marry Lu Shuang. With his intelligence and strategy, Hua Zixing will not be a match for him, Xingbuhua said in a strange tone. Chapter 689. Xingbuhua blew her hair gently. As for the antidote, I will find a research team to research it in secret just in case it is needed. After all, it is a consumable drug and there is no profit to be made. Moreover, it needs to be nurtured for a long time. Apart from the Gu Corporation, I am afraid that there are others who are capable and responsible, but they don't have the ambition. I don't have the ability. You mean we will take on this responsibility? Baya looked into Xingbuhua's eyes. We are just doing it in secret and we won't let anyone know. Maybe there won't be a biochemical crisis in the future, right? Xingbuhua said earnestly. Baya wanted to live a free life without pressure and responsibility. But in this world you can't do whatever you want. She just had to take on the responsibility of the antidote. There was no scheming, no deceit, no life and death. That was fine. So she agreed. I will listen to you on this. She took the hairdryer from Xingbuhua's hand, turned it off and placed it on the table. It's getting late, we need more time to prepare. Nothing is more important than staying alive. You are now responsible for the lives of you, me and our child. 3 lives. Xingbuhua held her hand, brought it to his lips and kissed it deeply. Wait for me to come back. Okay. Baya said softly. The monitoring equipment is next door. I will be able to hear you as long as you speak into the microphone. Xing Buhua reminded her. Baya nodded. Be careful. Xing Buhua let go of her and turned to leave. Baya went next door. There was a high-tech equipment next door. Apart from her, there was a man and a woman who were busy working. She could see the situation in the car through the video, and she could also see Xing Buhua. He was wearing a strange black and white checkered suit, and he was resting with his eyes closed. Did you install a camera on his back? Baya asked. Yes, madam. The buttons on the back of the suit are decorated to prevent being attacked from behind. The man explained. Baya nodded. It was always better to be careful. She pulled out a chair and sat in front of the screen, staring at Xing Buhua. Xing Buhua seemed to sense Baya's gaze. He opened his eyes and stared at the pinhole camera in front of him, asking, Are you looking at me? Baya smiled and said to the microphone, Go to sleep first. Xing Buhua smiled. Feels weird to be stared at while I sleep. Baya's smile widened a little. How long will it take to get there? About an hour. Baya looked at the time on the screen. It was almost 16 o'clock. He had arrived an hour earlier than the agreed time. He hoped that nothing would go wrong. Go to sleep first, I won't look at you anymore. Okay. Xing Buhua replied and closed his eyes. Baya stood up and said to the girl beside her, Call me when he gets there. Yes, madam, the girl said politely. Baya returned to her room and lay on the bed. She closed her eyes and rested for a while. Her phone suddenly rang and woke her up. She saw that it was an unfamiliar number and didn't want to answer it. She hung up and looked at the time. Xing Buhua should be arriving at the Minister of Country B. She walked to the room next door. Leader, the patrolling soldiers on the right will arrive at where you are in 10 seconds, the girl said. Baya stood behind the chair and stared at the screen solemnly. She saw Xing Buhua nimbly dodging the soldiers. She was so nervous that she held onto the chair. If the other party also installed a surveillance camera, he will be exposed. It's like this, madam. We hacked into the other party's surveillance system. They saw the footage from an hour ago, the man explained. Be careful. Baya shouted in panic. Xing Buhua was sandwiched in the middle. Seeing that he was about to be discovered, Baya's heart almost jumped out of her throat. Xing Buhua heard Baya's voice. The girl didn't have time to report the situation. Xing Buhua put on his hat vigilantly, jumped and stuck to the wall. Baya then noticed that the tiles on the roof were black and white. Xing Buhua seemed to be hiding on the roof. There are suction cups on the palm of the leader's hand and the back of his shoes. As long as you don't look at where the leader is, you won't be able to see it, the man explained. Baya didn't care how Xing Buhua stuck to the roof. She only cared if he noticed. The soldiers passed by below. Fortunately, none of them noticed Xing Buhua. Baya heaved a sigh of relief. Xing Buhua came down from the roof. As he ran, he took off his clothes and put them on. They were huge sunflowers. He quickly went up the stairs. The wallpaper upstairs was a sunflower pattern. You've done your homework, Baya said as she stared at the screen. We've been lurking in B country for 10 years. We know every government organization and the decorations in their homes. We know a lot of things that people don't know about, the man reported proudly. Baya looked at him. Suddenly she felt a sense of admiration. This was the country's soldiers. They had the best qualities and skills. What they were doing seemed simple. Once they were discovered, they would be dead. The country is proud of you. The man smiled. Swear to protect the country's position. Don't take the initiative to hurt others, but definitely defend the country's power. Do whatever it takes. Sacrifice yourself for the greater good. Good luck. Baya could only say these 2 words. Without waiting for Hua Xuanli to pass by, Xing Biao went up to the target floor. He took off his outer clothes and stuck to the roof above the corridor. Wearing only a black suit, he went upstairs again and pushed open the door of the minister's room. When the secretary saw Xing Buhua, her eyes widened. Before she could scream, she felt a pain in her neck and fainted. Xing Buhua pushed open the door. The minister of B country was sending an email. When he saw the visitor, he immediately wanted to press the alarm. I advise you to talk to me calmly. After all, I only need 1 shot to kill you. It will take at least 5 seconds for your people to run in. No one can save you, Xing Buhua said confidently and sat on the sofa. The minister of B country looked at Xing Buhua warily. He didn't dare to act rashly. He asked, Who are you? Why are you looking for me? I'm the minister of a country, Xing Buhua said faintly and curled his lips. The minister of B country frowned in surprise. Weren't you killed on the plane? Ling Qing, ask him how he knew you were killed on the plane, Baiya said. Chapter 690. He's hiding something on purpose. Baiya reminded him, he's colluding with the person from country A. He arranged a meeting time with you beforehand. That's why he knew that you were killed in the explosion. That's why the person from country A leaked the name list to him on purpose so that he could arrest you. His real motive is actually to kill you. After listening to Baiya's analysis, Xing Buhua's eyes turned cold. His gaze became desolate and murderous. Come, tell me who's the mastermind behind this? The minister stood up. I don't know what you're talking about. Ling Qing, be careful. He's getting ready to escape, Baiya reminded him. As soon as he finished speaking, the minister quickly opened the cabinet behind him and was about to crawl into it. Xing Buhua was even faster. He directly jumped over the table, pulled the minister out and threw him onto the sofa. Why are you running? Xing Buhua asked coldly, pointing the gun at the minister. The minister immediately raised his hand. Even if you kill me here, you won't be able to leave. Xing Buhua smiled. I can come in without anyone knowing, so I can leave without a sound. To the outside world, Xing Buhua has already died on the plane. You won't even know how you died. The minister was scared. His eyes were locked. What exactly do you want? I'll tell you a few things that you want to hear. For example, the things between you and the president's wife, those photos, the things between you and the president of a cosmetics company, and the things between you and the president of country C. I believe that not only the president of your country will not let you off after hearing about it, even the citizens of country B will not let you off. Even the citizens of country B will not let you off, Xing Buhua said coldly. Every time Xing Buhua said something, the minister of country B's expression darkened. The line of defense in his heart was easily broken. I didn't want to murder you. None of this was my idea. Then whose idea was it? Xing Buhua raised his voice. The president of your country asked me to arrest the person he provided. When the time was right, he asked me to release him. I only did the arrest. The other things had nothing to do with me. He promised me that as long as I did these things, he would support me to be the next president, the minister of B country said. Xing Buhua said. Xing Buhua glared at the minister, emitting a murderous aura. Then how did you know that I was blown up? He was the one who told me to arrange for you to meet today. He had already done something on the plane. That's how I knew that you were killed by the explosion. The chief's eyes flashed as he spoke. Ling Qing, ask him how Xinyan contacted him. I suspect he's lying, Baiya said to the director. Xing Buhua gritted his teeth. How did Xinyan contact you? A phone call. You're lying. How could he believe that the person was the president just because of a phone call? Baiya questioned. Don't play any tricks. Xing Buhua pointed the gun at the minister's head. You're not a child. I don't believe that a minister is a weakling. How could he believe that the person was the president just because of a phone call? The minister shuddered and looked at Xing Buhua in fear. We had a video call. How old is the person? Baiya asked. How old is he? Xing Buhua asked. About 30. Baiya chuckled and said to Xing Buhua sarcastically, an expert who could set up a trap would leave something to threaten him through a video call? Xinyan isn't that stupid. If he lies again, he'll regret it. It seems that you still don't want to tell the truth, right? Fine, then tell the truth to your president. Xing Buhua picked up his phone. Okay. I'll tell you. The minister was helpless. Zhuochuani asked me to do this. Zhuochuani? Xing Buhua was still suspicious. What evidence do you have? The minister took out his phone, opened the video, and passed it to Xing Buhua. I made a deal with Zhuochuani. I'll help him become the president first. After he becomes the president, he'll help me become the president. I was worried that he would go back on his words, so I asked someone to record it. Does Zhuochuani know that you have this video? Xing Buhua asked. Yes, he also has my video as evidence. In the future we'll support each other. I'll be his backing and he'll be mine. We'll fight against those who don't follow us. The minister said everything. Xing Buhua opened it and looked at the time on the video. It was the day he told Zhuochuani that he wanted to court Baiya. You call him now and ask him when he'll release them. You're under a lot of pressure. Xing Buhua passed the phone to the minister. The phone rang 5 times before Zhuochuani picked up. What's the matter? Zhuochuani's voice was heard. Xing Buhua has been killed by you, right? The minister asked. My men saw him board the plane. There's no chance of him surviving. What's the matter? Zhuochuani was getting impatient. I'm under a lot of pressure. Are you going to release those two? The minister asked. I've forgotten. You promised me that you'll support me to become the president after you become the president, the minister said. Got it. That's all. Zhuchuani hung up the phone. The minister looked at Xing Buhua. I really didn't lie to you this time. I need the video in your phone, Xing Buhua said coldly. The minister gripped the phone tightly. No, if this video is released, I'll be done for too. I have the evidence and the video in my hands. No matter which one it is, you'll be done for, Xing Buhua said coldly, staring at him sharply. No matter how the minister thought about it, he was done for. I'll only give you the video if you give me a way out, the minister said. Zhuchuani is definitely done for this time. Even if I don't do anything, Country F will expose him. Once he's exposed, do you think he'll betray you? The minister became even more nervous. What should I do? Chapter 691. It's not that I can't, but it's not necessary. Think of a way yourself. Xing Buhua held the director's phone and pressed it on the fingerprint identification. He unlocked the phone and sent the video to his own phone. After confirming that he had received it, he returned the phone to the director and looked down at him. I'll give you 4 hours. 4 hours is enough for you to escape. After 4 hours, I'll release this video. You'll kill me if you do this, the director said anxiously. You're the one who colluded with the wolves and got killed by them. Xing Buhua walked outside. The more the director thought about it, the more he felt that something was wrong. He pressed the alarm. Xing Buhua frowned in annoyance. A dog can't stop itself from eating sh*t. Sir, let's go to the top floor. I've installed a zip line there. It leads to 42nd Street. Our people will meet you there, the girl said hurriedly. Xing Buhua calmly went up to the top floor and pressed the button on his phone. With a bang, the bomb that he had installed on his clothes exploded, blocking the way up the stairs. He took off his black suit again, put it on the zip line and slid down. His movements were agile and smooth. It was very handsome. It wasn't until Xing Buhua got in the car that Baiye's heart calmed down. He looked at the pinhole camera in the car and asked softly, Are you watching? Yes, Baiye replied. We've already obtained evidence that Zhuchuani has betrayed the country. He's dead for sure this time. Next, we'll be in B country for a few more days. Tomorrow, I'll pressure their president to release our people. Let Xiniyin do the pressure. After all, to the outside world, Xing Buhua is already dead. You'll return as Gu Lingqing in the future, Baiye said with a slight smile. Finally, Xing Dongqing, Zhuchuani, these people reaped what they sowed, they were all dealt with. She and Gu Lingqing could be together happily. Yes, I almost forgot. See you later, Xing Buhua said with a smile. Yes, see you later. Presidential Palace. Xiniyin received a call from the Prime Minister of F country. Shintong, you're really good at predicting things. You told me to wait. As expected, Zhuchuani is done for without us doing anything, complimented the Prime Minister of F country. Us taking action is just a plan B. Not taking action is the best option, Xiniyin said thoughtfully. Then we don't have to send the recording? The Prime Minister of F country was confused. Xing Buhua should have better evidence in his hands. All we need to do is to wait quietly. This time we still have to thank you. The two people who were arrested, were they really spies? Or an ordinary A citizen? The Prime Minister of F country asked curiously. Now that the incident of Zhuchuani has been exposed, I believe that even your minister wouldn't dare to keep them here. At that time I will put some pressure on them. No matter who they are, I will bring them back to our country. They won't step into F country in the future. Curiosity kills the cat, Xiniyin reminded in a friendly manner. All right, when are you coming to F country for a visit? Remember to bring your assistant. I showed her photo to my brother, he likes it very much, the Prime Minister of F country said happily. Xiniyin twitched his lips. Then I'm afraid your brother will be disappointed. She already has a boyfriend. It's fine, they might break up in the future. Xiniyin was speechless. I don't think so. That's all for now, I still have some things to deal with. I'll come and visit when I have the chance, Xiniyin said and hung up the phone. He broke up with Lu Shuang. Even if the Prime Minister divorced, he would not break up with her. Congratulations, Hua Zixing said softly and smiled. Hua Zixing said softly and smiled. You used 2 years to finish what you originally planned to do in 4 years. It's mainly because of Baiye's help. She is indeed very capable, Xiniyin did not hide his admiration. If I'm not wrong, she should be with Gu Lingqing now, Xiniyin said. Do you believe that Xing Buhua is Gu Lingqing? Hua Zixing was a little doubtful. I believe that if Baya believes that he is Gu Lingqing, she will definitely go to be country with him. Shinian did not answer Hua Zixing's question directly. But if he is Gu Lingqing, he is still the minister and has more power than before, even surpassing Zhuo Chuanyi, Hua Zixing said worriedly. It's not scary if Xing Buhua is Gu Lingqing because he will leave with Baya. Gu Lingqing would have done it long ago if he wanted to be the president. He wouldn't have waited until now. What's scary is that he isn't Gu Lingqing but the real Xing Buhua. He can even deceive Baya, which shows how scheming he is. If the elephant is big, it will be dangerous, Shinian said calmly. We can't let Xing Buhua live, Hua Zixing judged. Shinian smiled. There's no hurry. If he's Gu Lingqing, I'll definitely ensure his and Baya's safety. This is my promise to Baya. If he is Xing Buhua, it means that Gu Lingqing is really dead. If he leaves with Baya, I will guarantee their happiness and peace for the rest of their lives. What if Xing Buhua refuses to leave? Hua Zixing was worried. Shinian's smile froze. Then I'm afraid there will be a fierce battle. He's even harder to deal with than Zhuo Chuanyi. The more Hua Zijuan thought about it, the more uneasy she became. If Xing Buhua was really Gu Lingqing would leave with Baya. When Shinian's power was stabilized, she wouldn't be needed anymore. She felt like she was about to be abandoned by Shinian. I'll go out and prepare dinner first. After dinner, Xiao Shuang should still be sleeping in bed. Hua Zixing smiled gently. Shinian smiled too. When she thought of Lu Shuang, her eyes were filled with gentleness. Hua Zixing turned and left. She didn't go to the kitchen but to the third floor. Nangongyu was arranging flowers. Little Yu, this is bad. Hua Zixing was about to cry. She looked at Nangongyu. What's wrong? Nangongyu put down the flowers. This time, Zhuo Chuanyi is finished. Xing Dongqing is gone too. Gu Lingqing will leave with Baya. In the future, the entire country will be in Shinian's hands. He'll be able to cover the sky with one hand and won't need our Hua family anymore. I'm worried that I won't even have 2 years before he kicks me out. Hua Zixing said worriedly. That won't happen. Didn't you sign a 4-year agreement with him? What if he asks me to cancel it in advance? He wants me to look for my so-called lover. Or he wants me to quit through negotiation. If I agree, I will have nothing. If I don't agree, all these years of disguise will be exposed and there will be no hope. Shall you help me? Hua Zixing begged. Hua Zixing begged, holding Nangongyu's hand. Chapter 692. There was only coldness in Nangongyu's eyes. How do you want me to help you? Hua Zixing's hope was rekindled. Only if Shinian's authority is unstable will he not abandon me. I'm not sure if that man is Gu Lingqing or Xing Buhua. If it's Gu Lingqing, there's no hope. If it's Xing Buhua might not be willing to leave with Baya. Nangongyu sneered. It doesn't matter if he's Gu Lingqing or Xing Buhua. Isn't it enough to kill Baya? Once Baya is dead, no one will leave. Hua Zixing suddenly understood. Yeah, why didn't I think of that? You're smart. But who should we send to kill Baya? If Gu Lingqing finds out that we did it, he'll never let us go. And we can't let Shinian know. There's no need for us to kill Baya. There's someone who wants her dead more than we do, Nangongyu said confidently, the corners of her lips curling up. Hua Zixing smiled. I knew you'd help me. I'll do it now, Nangongyu said and walked out. Nangongyu said as she walked towards the exit. Her eyes were as cold as ice and no one could tell what she was thinking or what her true intentions were. When Xing Shang returned to his room, he was shocked to see a person in black sitting on the sofa. She was wearing a black cloak and her face was covered with a black mask. Even her eyes were covered with an eye patch. Xing Shang was alarmed. He immediately pointed his gun at her. Who are you? Why are you here? I'm here to help you, Nangongyu said. Help me? Xing Shang was surprised. You don't want your hard work to go down the drain, do you? What do you mean? Put it simply. Otherwise, get the F***ck out of my place. Xing Shang was getting impatient and loaded his phone. Right now Xing Buhua and Baya are together. I received news that they have already obtained evidence to prove that Zhuo Chuanyi is the mastermind. This time, after they return to the country, they will leave. They will stay away from politics and you, Nangongyu said indifferently. Xing Shang was shocked. Are you saying that Baya is with Buhua now? Baya said that Xing Buhua is Gu Lingqing. Nangongyu probed. I'll call him now. Xing Shang quickly took out his phone. Do you think Xing Buhua will admit it to you? I suggest that you personally bring your men to Country B to take a look and verify the truth of my words. Nangongyu suggested. The more Xing Shang thought about it, the more he felt that the mysterious person was telling the truth. So, how are you going to help me? Don't you want Xing Buhua to be the president? Then you have to get rid of the obstacle, Baiya. If Baiya is dead, Xing Buhua will have no reason to leave. But if I kill Baiya, Buhua will blame me. Otherwise, I would have killed her long ago. Nan Gongyu laughed sarcastically. Don't you know how to get someone else to do your dirty work? For example, let Xing Buhua think that Baiya was killed by Xiniyan. Wouldn't that be killing two birds with one stone? Xing Shang was flabbergasted, and a chill ran down his spine. Who the hell are you? Why are you helping me? Just remember that I'm helping you. Nan Gongyu pushed open the window and jumped out, disappearing from Xing Shang's sight. Country Xing Buhua rushed back to the base. Baiya was already standing at the door. She hugged him happily. Xing Buhua hugged Baiya back. The two of them looked at each other and smiled. Are you hungry? Xing Buhua asked. Baiya shook her head. I'm in a good mood. I don't even feel hungry. Xing Buhua looked at the man beside him. He nodded and picked up the food in the plastic bag respectfully. Baiya looked at him in surprise. You're so fast. These dishes take a long time to prepare. Before we left, I ordered someone to order it from a restaurant. It's made by a chef from country A. Try it and see if it suits your taste. Xing Buhua said with a smile. He held her hand and walked over to a chair. When Baiya saw that there was an old fried dough stick, she felt warmth in her heart. It suits my taste. She picked up an old fried dough stick and took a bite. Other than cheese, there were prawns, meat, and lotus roots. It's delicious. It's very delicious. Seeing that she liked it, Xing Buhua smiled happily. Seems like I didn't buy the wrong food. Baiya's heart was filled with sweetness. He took good care of her. Perhaps it was because there was no pressure in her heart. She was especially happy. When are you going to announce the video? I'll contact Xiniyan after dinner, Xing Buhua said. I'm worried that something bad might happen, Baiya said. That's good. We can prevent them from coming up with countermeasures. Xing Buhua called Xiniyan. Hello, I'm Xing Buhua. I already have the video of Wuxia betraying the country. I'll send it to your email later, Xing Buhua said concisely. You did well. When Baiya said that you were Gu Lingqing, I was shocked. It's good that you're alive, Xiniyan said calmly. Xiaoya and I will be playing abroad for a few days. After the new year, I'll officially resign, Xing Buhua said in a low voice. I know that Baiya's dream is to live a happy and unrestrained life with you. Don't worry, as long as I'm in power, I'll definitely ensure your safety. If you need any help, just let me know. After all, she's my wife and her good friend. Their relationship is like sisters. It's fine, Xiniyan said with a smile. Thank you in advance. I'll send it to you now, Xing Buhua said. He hung up and sent the video of Wuxia to Xiniyan. Baiya ate her dinner quietly. The dinner that Xing Buhua ordered was delicious and suited her appetite. She ate a lot. Suddenly she thought of something and looked at Xing Buhua. What are you going to do with the people of the shadow in the future? It depends on their wishes. If they want to go home, I'll try my best to arrange good jobs for them in their hometown. If they don't want to go home and still want to work in the army, I'll let them go. What do you think? Xing Buhua said seriously. Baiya nodded and said thoughtfully, I want to give Shu Lan special care. After all, her face was hurt because of me. Xing Buhua held Baiya's hand and said softly, anything is fine. You've always been meticulous and thoughtful. Baiya took a deep breath. I suddenly have a feeling that the dust has settled and I feel very relaxed. It's not that easy. You'll have to worry about the education of our children. Speaking of children, Baiya thought of Xiao Yan. When the matter with Wuxia is over, can I see Xiao Yan? Xing Buhua paused. Baiya keenly caught his hesitation and had a bad feeling in her heart. What's wrong? Hello everyone, I'm Qin Tang Tang. You can follow me on WeChat. Chapter 693. There are several reasons. At present, I'm not sure if we are 100% safe. Secondly, Xiao Yan has always been unhappy with me. He grew up with his adoptive parents and they treat him very well. Xing Buhua said briefly. But he is my child. Xiao Yan and Xiao Xian are at school age. When your child is born, are you going to travel around the world with Xiao Yan and Xiao Xian? Or are you going to leave Xiao Yan and Xiao Xian with us on the deserted island? Xing Buhua asked. Baiya was silent. She thought for a while and put down her chopsticks. She said seriously, I cannot travel around the world for them. During the summer or winter holidays we can go out together as a family. I know what you mean. Let's wait. Or, doesn't Xiao Yin like his adoptive parents? We can hire them and live with them. Anyway, we need to hire them, right? Baya suggested. Xing Buhua nodded and held Baya's hand tightly. Okay, I'll listen to you in the future. But for everyone's safety, let's wait a little longer. Okay. Baya did not insist. If he said to wait, then he would wait. There must be a reason for him to wait. More. You've lost weight recently. You haven't rested since yesterday. Go to bed early after eating. Xing Buhua smiled. He did not say anything and lowered his head to eat. After dinner, the matter in B country had not been completely resolved. Xing Buhua and Baya could not go out for a walk. She went back to her room first and he followed her in. She felt uneasy. She had taken a shower before, so it was fine if she did not take a shower. She climbed onto the bed first and turned her back to him. Xing Buhua looked at her deeply and went into the bathroom with a change of clothes. Her heart was in a mess. They were husband and wife. They had not had sex for a long time. This time, she didn't know why, but ever since he changed his identity, she always had to use thousands of reasons to convince herself not to feel nervous and repulsed. Was it because she still suspected him? She had seen the art of disguise before. At first glance, it looked very similar. The angle of the photo was fine, but it could not withstand the scrutiny of the naked eye. She had undergone plastic surgery before, so she knew where to spot the marks. However, there was no mark on Xing Buhua's face. Even his voice was the same as Gu Lingqing's. If he was not Gu Lingqing, then where was Gu Lingqing? While he was lost in his thoughts, Xing Buhua came out of the bathroom. Baya looked at him. He was wearing a black bathrobe which looked perfect from every angle. It was so perfect that there was no need to change anything. Xing Buhua sat at the head of the bed and smiled slightly. It was a little devilish, arrogant, and unruly. He moved towards Baya's lips and kissed her. Baya dodged subconsciously. When she dodged, she knew that she shouldn't have done it. Looking at Xing Buhua's cold eyes, she took the initiative to kiss Xing Buhua's face. Why are you dodging? Xing Buhua asked directly. I'm afraid that I can't control myself. I've been feeling a little uncomfortable recently. Baya explained. Xing Buhua lifted her chin. Am I the kind of person who only cares about my own enjoyment and doesn't care about you? I'm afraid that I'm the one who can't control myself. Xing Buhua. He was quite satisfied with her answer and kissed her on the lips. Baya closed her eyes. Gu Lingqing flashed across Xing Buhua's mind, but he didn't go deeper. He looked at Baya with a complicated and deep gaze. Even if he wanted her, he would have to wait until after Gu Lingqing passed away. Otherwise, in fact, he couldn't get over this hurdle in his heart. So even when she took the initiative, he resisted. Have a good rest. Go to sleep, Xing Buhua said softly. Baya smiled and got into the quilt obediently. He lay down beside her and turned off the light. That night she slept very well. When she woke up, Gu Lingqing was still beside her. She closed her eyes again and her mind was clear. However, she didn't want to get up. She didn't want to destroy the peace and tranquility now. Xing Buhua smiled. He didn't want to get up and closed his eyes. His cell phone rang. It was especially ear-piercing in the abrupt environment. Xing Buhua opened his eyes helplessly and reached for his cell phone. When he saw that it was Xing Shang calling, his face darkened and he hung up. He got up and kissed Baya on her forehead. Sleep a little longer. It's still early. I'll call you for breakfast later. Baya nodded in response. He took his cell phone and went downstairs. When he reached the living room, he made a call. What's up? The video of Zhuqiuani is out. Did you give it to Shiniyin? Where are you now? Xing Shang questioned him directly. I'm in B country now. It's more appropriate to send the video of Zhuqiuani to Shiniyin. After all, he has been paying attention to this matter. Moreover, he's the president, so it'll be more convenient. Even if I give it to my men, I still have to ask Shiniyin to send it out. Also, I haven't rescued my men yet. I'll wait for Shiniyin to put pressure on B country. The president of B country will release my men and I'll arrange for them to go back to China. Also, I want to take a few days off. Do you think it's appropriate to leave your wife at home and have fun abroad? Xing Shang said angrily. He had decided to leave with Baya. It was time to make things clear to Xing Shang. I've always treated Qiu Ting as my younger sister. I don't have any romantic feelings for her. You treated her as your younger sister and you still slept with her. Xing Shang couldn't stay calm. There's nothing between us. I've never slept with her. Xing Buhua explained. So, you're not planning to marry Qiu Ting? Xing Shang was shocked. I want to rest for a few years. I want to think about what I want. I also hope that you can give me freedom. I think you're crazy. Xing Shang shouted angrily. Do you know what will happen in a few years? You won't have any chance. Don't you want to be the president? If Swichuani and Shineo hadn't killed your father, you would have been the president by now. This is your destiny. Shinian has done a good job. He's very capable. I believe that the country will be good under his management. That's why you gave up on your mission. You're pissing me off. When your father entrusted you to me, he hoped that one day you would become the president. In the end, you're going to end your political career for Baya. I love her, Xing Buhua said straightforwardly. She's your brother's wife. Xing Shang was so angry that his voice was trembling. So, I have to take care of her for the rest of my life. Also, I want to take care of her. A man takes care of a woman. Chapter 694. Xing Buhua narrowed his eyes and warned, Don't force me. You know it's easy for me to take Qiuting's life. How dare you threaten me with Qiuting? Are you an ingrate? Don't forget who saved you, who trained you, and who gave you everything you have now. After Xing Shang said that, he smashed the phone angrily. Xing Buhua looked forward and put his phone away. He was looking forward to his life with Baya in the future. He wanted to completely replace Gu Lingqing, but he couldn't do it now. He had to be given enough time to completely replace Gu Lingqing's position. Xing Buhua heard the door open and turned around. Baya was already dressed and walking out. He looked at her gentle face and a poem flashed through his mind. There is a beauty in the north, unique and unparalleled. One look at the city and another look at the country. He had fallen in love with her after just a few glances. Why don't you sleep a little longer? Xing Buhua said and walked towards Baya. I slept early yesterday and I can't sleep now. Didn't you say you wanted to eat my cooking? Baya said with a smile. What are you going to make for lunch? I'll ask someone to buy it. Streaky pork. There might not be any preserved vegetables here. Pork trotters, ribs, tenderloin and some vegetables, Baya said. I'll ask someone to buy it later. Let's have breakfast first. Xing Buhua held Baya's hand and sat down at the table. You gave the video to Shinian last night. According to his character, he should have released the video, Baya said. Well, he has already sent it out. I estimate that in the afternoon he will put pressure on B country. Because when I go back, I will appear as Gu Lingqing, and I will not appear to negotiate with the president of B country. I'll be free after I send our people back safely. We can have fun in B country or go to other countries. Xing Buhua said patiently. Baya nodded. She had waited for so many years, so it wouldn't be a problem for her to wait a few more days. His men served breakfast. She saw that it was actually soup dumplings, fried dough sticks, and tofu pudding. Baya smiled when she saw the breakfast. Did you get someone to prepare this again? Actually, I'm not that delicate. I can eat food from other countries. Then I'll prepare some dishes from country B tomorrow. You can try them. Xing Buhua said. He turned around and said something to his subordinates in country B's language. Baya saw his subordinate nod his head and leave. Baya guessed that he must have instructed them to buy some groceries. Baya lowered his head and ate his breakfast quietly. Xing Buhua stared at her thoughtfully. Baya noticed his gaze. Why do you keep looking at me? Even if you don't say anything, everything is good. I feel very satisfied just by looking at you. Xing Buhua stared at her and said. Baya chuckled. There are many things that we can do together. Do you know what I miss the most? The days on the deserted island? Xing Buhua guessed. Baya smiled. It's that pot of pork stewed with bamboo shoots. If you want to eat it, you can make it again. Xing Buhua said and frowned. There was a flash of vigilance in his eyes. It was sharp and fierce. Shall you run? While Baya was confused, Xing Buhua held Baya's hand and ran towards the small door. With a bang, the door was blown open. Baya saw more than 10 people rushing over and shooting at her. Xing Buhua protected her in his arms and let out a muffled groan. Baya knew that he had been shot. Her heart felt like it was being cut by a knife. Before she could feel sorry for him, she was pushed into the small door. Xing Buhua quickly locked the door. There was the sound of gunshots on the door. Fortunately, the door was bulletproof. Baya saw the blood on Xing Buhua's arm and asked worriedly, Other than your arm, are you hurt anywhere else? Nothing. Xing Buhua pulled Baya away and quickly entered the second door. When he opened it, he saw more than 10 people standing outside and shooting at them. Xing Buhua sensitively closed the door and locked it. The people outside probably knew that the door was bulletproof, so they began to hit it and tried to break it open. Now they were locked in a space of about 100 square meters between the doors. Xing Buhua leaned against the door and resisted the impact from outside. Baya was very calm and her heart was as still as water. She had long disregarded life and death. As long as she was with him, it didn't matter if she lived or died. Lingqing, it's okay. Instead of feeling the fear before death, I would rather cherish every minute and every second with you, Baya said gently. Xing Buhua looked at Baya and his heart was filled with bitterness and complexity. Looking at her gentle and smiling face, he gradually calmed down. Here he didn't have enough manpower and he didn't have any organization to ask for help. Now he was like a turtle in a jar and it was only a matter of time before he was defeated. No matter how he struggled, it was useless. He didn't expect that a god of war like him would die like this. He still didn't know who wanted to kill him. He held her hand. Who do you think did it? Xing Shang, Baya said calmly. Xing Buhua frowned. Why do you think it's him? The call you received this morning was from him, right? Baya asked gently. Xing Buhua didn't deny it and nodded. He really didn't expect that Xing Shang wanted to kill him just because he wanted to leave. Kindness and training were all fake. Once he was angered, he would be killed. Our place is so secretive. For safety's sake, we didn't even go for a walk after dinner. You went out yesterday. If you were discovered by the enemy at that time, they would have attacked at night. Moreover, B country is currently ashamed of a country. If they kill the officials of a country, they will be punished by the United Nations. It's not necessary. Our phones are installed with anti-monitoring devices. Most people won't know that we are here except for Xing Shang, who already knows this place, Baya said gently. Xing Buhua twitched the corner of his mouth and said self-mockingly, we were too careless. It doesn't matter. Death is inevitable. Even if they kill us, they won't make it public. Your mother will think that we went to travel around the world. Xiao Yan has his foster parents to take care of him, Xiao Xian has your people to take care of him, Lu Shuang has Xinian to take care of him, and... Baya placed her hand on her belly. This baby will not be lonely if he leaves with us. Xing Buhua didn't expect her to be so indifferent to life and death. If she didn't, it would be useless now. She was right. Instead of being afraid of death and struggling, it was better to enjoy the last time they had together. Xiaoya, I love you. Baya smiled and looked at her quietly, ignoring the gunshots outside. Chapter 695. Suddenly, Xing Buhua looked at the door and frowned suspiciously. Baya noticed something amiss and asked, what's wrong? What's going on? There are two groups of people outside and they're engaged in an intense scuffle, Xing Buhua guessed. Are they your men? Baya asked. Xing Buhua shook his head. I only have 4 men here. I'm afraid I don't have that much firepower. I don't know who they are. Baya held Xing Buhua's hand and smiled gently. We're going to live together and die together. As long as we're together, there's nothing to be afraid of. Xing Buhua held her hand tightly and smiled. With you by my side, I don't want to die. Speaking of this, he felt a little sad. Because sometimes life and death were not decided by oneself. Time ticked by. None of them spoke, they just waited quietly. 20 minutes later, it was quiet outside. It was so quiet that it seemed like everything had calmed down. Baya looked at Xing Buhua. Is it over? Xing Buhua hesitated for a while and nodded. But he still didn't know if the person who came was an enemy or a friend. There was a knock on the door. Xing Buhua and Baya instinctively took a step back. Is there anyone inside? I'm Jiang Xingyu. Jiang Xingyu? Baya didn't know this person at all. Xing Buhua knew him and opened the door. A tall and thin man stood outside the door. His eyes were small and his face was good-looking. He gave off a feminine vibe. Xing Buhua, it's you? Jiang Xingyu was surprised. Xing Buhua was even more surprised. Why are you here? I've been in B country these days. My men reported that Xinian's men were here. My men followed them all the way here and saw them holding guns and engaging in a gunfight. I acted on the principle that the enemy of my enemy is my friend. I didn't expect it to be you. How did you offend Xin? Jiang Xingyu asked curiously. Are you saying that those people are Xinian's men? Xing Buhua was even more shocked. Jiang nodded. I've fought one of them before, so I know he's Xinian's man. Why does he want to kill you? Xing Buhua said angrily, I also want to know why he wants to kill me. Is my man okay? When I arrived, I saw that your men had all been killed, Jiang Xingyu said apologetically. Baya scrutinized Jiang sharply. Are you sure that person is Xinian's man? I'm sure. I fought with him before and I sent someone to keep an eye on him. So, as soon as he entered country B, I knew immediately, Jiang said without hesitation. What's that person's name? Baya questioned. Wu Di. Baya didn't say anything. She knew this person a little. When Lu Shuang went to the invisible, he followed Shen Yi's trusted bodyguard. In order to protect Lu Shuang's safety, she had investigated every guard who went. Xing Buhua also knew Wu Di. He had always been by Shen Yi's side. He clenched his fists and walked quickly back into the villa. There were traces of bullets everywhere in the villa. His men died on the stairs, on the floor, in the kitchen, and on the sofa. His eyes were as red as blood, and there was a layer of damp mist in them. He emitted a murderous aura that could destroy heaven and earth. Baya looked at the dead soldiers and felt uncomfortable. She stood silently beside Xing Buhua. Do you still think that Shen Yin will let us go? He's crueler than his father. His father doesn't know how to pretend, but he does, Xing Buhua said sadly, his chest heaving up and down. Baya knew that he was sad. She was sad that these people died because of her. However, she was more rational than him. She held Xing Buhua's hand and said, Don't be rash. Let's investigate everything first. What's on the surface might not be the truth. Xing Buhua shook off Baya's hand and asked anxiously, What else is real? He controlled Wuxia as soon as he went to Country F. Although the bomb on the plane was planted by Wuxia, I don't think that Shen Yin didn't know about it. That's because he didn't know that you're Gu Lingqing, Baya explained. Then I'll pretend that he didn't know. What about this time? Wu Di is his confidant. He's such a smart person. Why would he keep his enemy's man by his side? Xing Buhua said sarcastically. It's because he's so smart that he wouldn't send his men to kill you. He could have hired mercenaries or people he's never seen in Country X. You're helping him. Xing Buhua was even more agitated. I just don't want you to be used by others. I don't want you to become someone else's pawn. What we should do is stay calm. Even if Shen Yin did it, you shouldn't show it. Otherwise, we'll still be the ones dying, Baya reminded him. Xing Buhua's heart skipped a beat as if something had hit him. He lowered his eyes. Baya was right. Even if Shen Yin did it, it wasn't time for him to fall out with him. The more agitated he was, the faster he would die. He became more rational. Baya heaved a sigh of relief when she saw him calm down. Let's investigate together. Let's start with Wu Di. I believe we'll know the truth soon. Was it Xing Shang, Shen Yin, or someone else? There's no rush. There's no point in rushing. Xing Buhua reached out and pulled Baya into his arms. After a long time, he didn't say a word. Because she was too close to him, she could feel his heart beating fast, and his chest was heaving up and down. She knew that he was sad and angry. He was forcefully suppressing his emotions. Xu Lan's face was injured. She couldn't wait for Wuxia's reputation to be ruined. Moreover, Gu Lingqing had watched his comrades die one by one in front of him. She closed her eyes and tears streamed down her cheeks. Xing Buhua felt the dampness on his neck. He looked at Baya with reddened eyes and sighed helplessly when he met her watery eyes. I'm sorry that I made you worry. Xing Buhua calmed down. I'd be lying if I said that I'm not worried. I really want to do something for you. Do you want to bury your people or send them back to their families? Baya asked. They're orphans, Xing Buhua said, choking. Baya's eyes became moist again. Big tears rolled down her cheeks. Human lives were so fragile. They were gone just like that. The older one got, the more sickness and death they experienced. They would feel sad. They might as well not think about it. That was the only way to be happy. Lingqing, we have to live well in the future. Don't let yourself get hurt. Cherish every day of life, Baya cried. Even if I die, you have to live on my behalf. You have to see more beautiful scenery, Xing Buhua said meaningfully. She didn't want to talk about this. She had her stubbornness. She could live well, he had to live well too. Otherwise, every day would be worse than death. Hello everyone. I'm Qin Tang Tang. You can follow me on WeChat. Chapter 696. Under the pressure of a country, B country released the people they had captured and the head of the WJ department of B country escaped abroad. Jiang Xingyu was a great help in the burial of his comrades. Xing Buhua and Baya invited Jiang Xingyu to a banquet before they returned to China. She was busy in the kitchen while Jiang Xingyu and Xing Buhua were chatting. When she comes out later, don't mention my past, Xing Buhua said. Jiang Xingyu was confused. What? You were a hero in the past. She will love you more if she hears about it. Anyway, don't mention anything. If she asks how we met, just say that we met during a mission. Xing Buhua didn't want to talk about it. Okay. Jiang Xingyu raised his glass and clinked it with Xing Buhua's. He took a sip and asked seriously, "How are you going to deal with Shenyan? He's not easy to deal with." Xing Buhua curled his lips. "I still have you, don't I?" Jiang Xingyu looked gloomy. "He killed my sister. I will make him pay with his blood." Baiya came out of the kitchen with the homemade pork and braised pork. When she heard the last sentence of Jiang Xingyu, a strange light flashed in her eyes. She lowered her eyes, and her long eyelashes covered the fluctuations in her eyes. She placed the pork jerky and braised pork on the table. Xing Buhua held her hand. "Thank you for your hard work." "Not at all. There are 2 more dishes. They will be ready soon," Baiya said softly. Xing Buhua let go of Baiya's hand reluctantly. "When are you going to get married?" Jiang Xingyu asked ambiguously. "I want to give her a grand wedding after everything is settled. You know the situation now. Someone wants us dead. I can't let her be in danger," Xing Buhua said cautiously. Jiang Xingyu smiled. "I wanted to introduce my sister to you a long time ago. If she is with you, she will be the happiest woman in the world. Unfortunately, she fell in love with the heartless Shenyan." "Shenyan is not heartless. I only found out recently that he has a woman he likes for at least 15 years. Xing Buhua didn't hide the truth for Shenyan. He had already pushed Shenyan to the opposite side. Jiang Xingyu's eyes were filled with murderous intent. "Oh, Lu Shuang, I heard they were classmates in primary school." "Lu Shuang?" Jiang Xingyu seemed to have thought of something. He took out his phone and showed the photo to Xing Buhua. "Look, is this the person?" When Xing Buhua saw Lu Shuang's photo, he was surprised. "Why do you have her photo?" "She is the woman my uncle likes. My uncle told me that he wanted to retire because of her." Jiang Xingyu took back his phone in annoyance. "What an ill-fated relationship. Your sister likes Shenyan and Shenyan likes Lu Shuang. If Lu Shuang likes your uncle, it will be fun," Xing Buhua sneered. "No wonder. My people said that my uncle went to country A for Lu Shuang. I don't know if Lu Shuang likes Shenyan or my uncle. If she likes my uncle, it will be a heavy blow to Shenyan," Jiang Xingyu said meaningfully. "Maybe she really likes your uncle. When I went to the President Palace for dinner, Hua Zixing pretended to be affectionate, but Lu Shuang didn't feel jealous at all. He ate happily. If he likes Shenyan, he will be jealous and angry," Xing Buhua recalled. "Indeed. He should know how it feels to want something but can't get it. I'll talk to my uncle later to understand the situation." "Okay. Cheers." Xing Buhua raised his glass, clinked it with Jiang Xingyu's and drank it all in one gulp. Baiya came out of the kitchen with pork ribs soup, roasted potatoes and bacon. She put down the dishes and sat down next to Xing Buhua. She could smell the strong smell of alcohol. "We are rushing back today. Don't drink too much. If you have a headache, you will be the one feeling uncomfortable," Baiya said gently. "Okay. Let's drink one last glass." Xing Buhua listened to Baiya. He filled Jiang Xingyu's glass and then filled his own. Baiya raised his glass and said to Jiang Xingyu, "Thank you for saving us this time. I'll use tea in place of wine to toast you." "It's all fate." Jiang Xingyu raised his glass and took a big gulp. "Do you know Xing Shang?" Baiya asked casually. Jiang Xingyu paused and glanced at Xing Buhua. "I know him but not very well. We have never talked." "What?" "I was busy with the burial of the soldiers. There are some things that I need to understand from you. You fought with the assassins for so long. Did they retreat without any casualties?" Baiya asked suspiciously. Her eyes were focused on every change of expression on Jiang Xingyu's face. "They were wearing helmets and bulletproof vests. They should be injured," Jiang Xingyu said ambiguously. "What about your men? Did any of them die or get injured?" Baiya asked. Jiang Xingyu was a little displeased. "They were injured but not dead. I came prepared. They retreated through that road. Does Mr. Jiang still remember?" Jiang Xingyu frowned. "What do you mean? Are you suspecting that I colluded with others to frame Shenyan?" Baiya put down the glass calmly and said bluntly, "After all, you have the motive, don't you?" "What motive? Why is it my fault for saving you? You hate Shenyan. What if Xing Shang cooperated with you on purpose? You played a double act and framed Wu Di to frame Shenyan." Baiya said bluntly. When she saw the panic in Jiang Xingyu's eyes, she was even more certain of her judgment. "I really did see Wu Di. He's one of Shenyan's people. You can grab him and interrogate him when you get back. Why are you questioning me now?" Jiang Xingyu spat coldly. Baiya tapped the table lightly, locking in on every move he made. Then she added, "I suspect that you killed Wu Di a long time ago, and that you had someone impersonate him. After all, neither I nor Buhua saw Wu Di. You're making Xinyan the scapegoat based on your one-sided story. When we get back, when they find out that Wu Di is dead, they'll think that Xinyan killed him to silence him. Jiang Xingyu's face instantly turned pale. Baiya was absolutely right. Yesterday, Xing Shang had approached him to collaborate with him on this plan. Wu Di had been killed by Xing Shang's men last night. Xing Shang's plan had been to kill Baiya and frame Xinyan. However, Xing Buhua had protected Baiya too well. Their men hadn't had a chance to make a move at all. If you insist on suspecting me, I have nothing to say. After all, your mouth is your mouth. Just think of it as me saving an ingrate. I'm sorry, but I have something else to do. I'll take my leave first. Jiang Xingyu stood up. Chapter 697. Jiang Xingyu glanced sideways at Baiya. Now he understood why Xing Buhua liked this weak-looking woman and why Xing Shang wanted to kill her. Her IQ and courage far exceeded his imagination. I just don't care about others' suspicions. There are too many people who speculate about me, doubt me, and hate me. You won't make a difference. Jiang Xingyu left immediately. Xing Buhua frowned slightly and didn't chase after Jiang Xingyu. Xiaoya, it's not wise to offend Jiang Xingyu in Country B. He's the one closest to the truth. There are some questions that I have to ask. Moreover, I'll gain a lot from it. Baiya confirmed. What? His description doesn't make sense. Other than your men, I didn't see any blood at the scene. It doesn't make sense that there wasn't any blood in the gunfight. Baiya paused and her gaze became firm. He was avoiding my question. When he lied, his pupils narrowed. He looked calm, but he was looking at the other party's eyes. He was checking if the other party believed him. Baiya continued. So, you're saying that Jiang Xingyu is framing Xinyan? Xing Buhua asked, his gaze solemn. To Xinyan, our departure is the most worry-free thing for him. He doesn't know our hidden address. The only one who knows we're here is Xing Shang. Also, if you were Jiang Xingyu, would you spend so much effort to save someone you don't know? Baiya asked. Xing Buhua remained silent. Many complicated thoughts flashed through his mind. Baiya held Xing Buhua's hand. She knew that the feeling of being betrayed by someone close to her was more painful than being stabbed by the enemy. However, it had already happened. Even if she was sad, she had to accept it. Let's go. Leave country A and go to other countries that they can't find, Baiya said softly. Xing Buhua's eyes reddened. He held Baiya's hand. Which country do you think they can't find? Zhuochuani is finished. Xing Dongqing is dead. Who else can compete with me? Baiya looked at Xing Buhua in confusion. In his eyes, he saw a sharp, murderous intent and overwhelming hatred. It was a darkness that could destroy heaven and earth. She had never seen Gu Lingqing like this before. Even in the face of death, he was still righteous, sunny, and warm. What do you want to do? Whether it's Xinyan or Xing Shang, I have to investigate them thoroughly. I can't let my men die in vain, and I can't let you be in danger again, Xing Buhua said with certainty. Emotions flowed in Baiya's heart, but she was not as conflicted as before. Zhuochuani and Xing Dongqing were already finished. In her judgment, Xing Shang was not strong and was far from Zhuochuani and Xing Dongqing. If he wanted to fight, she could go back and accompany him. It should not be difficult to solve this time. We are together openly. There is nothing to worry about, Baiya said with certainty. Xing Buhua smiled. He held her hand tighter and kissed her on the cheek. After Baiya cleaned up the place, they took a private plane back to China. On the plane, Baiya did not sleep well. She woke up in the middle of the night and looked at the starry sky outside the window. Sitting in the plane, she looked at the starry sky. The sky was densely packed with stars. It was very beautiful. As she looked at it, the sky gradually turned white. The sun came out from the clouds. The sunlight shone through the window and fell on her face. It was a warm feeling. It was as if dawn would come to her world. The plane arrived in a land and began to descend. Xing Buhua woke up. He opened his eyes and looked at Baiya. Baiya smiled at him gently. We will arrive in half an hour. My people are already at the airport. Do you want to go back with me or go to Xing Shang's place? I will go to Xing Shang's place. Xing Buhua sat up and said. Baiya was worried. The one who wants to kill us is 98% Xing Shang. If you show your intention to kill him, I am afraid that it will be difficult for you to get away from his territory. Why don't you use your identity as Gu Lingqing and go back? The biggest difference between Xing Shang, Xing Dongqing, and Zhuochuani is that Xing Dongqing and Zhuochuani are guilty of many crimes. They have done many evil things behind their backs. Xing Shang has not done a single bad thing. Doesn't the assassination this time count? Baya asked. Jiang Xingyu is his man. It is easy for him to kill me and you, but he did not do so. He just wanted to use a scheme to make us deal with Shiniyan so that I can become the president. Xing Buhua explained. So in your heart he is still a good person, right? What about your brothers who died? Is their death not important? Is their death not considered Xing Shang's sin? Baya looked at Xing Buhua in disbelief. Xing Buhua knew that he had said the wrong thing. I just don't believe that he did it. So, I will go back and investigate it first. Baya stared at him. She knew that Xing Buhua had already made up his mind. No matter what she said, he would not believe her judgment. So she did not say anything more. She chewed some gum and passed him one. The plane arrived at the airport. Baya got in the car. Jiang Xingyu looked at Xing Buhua outside and asked Baya, is the chief not back yet? Sheng Dongqing is dead and Zhuochuani's affairs have been exposed. When Zhuochuani comes back, only the law will punish him. Baya looked out of the window slowly. She saw Xing Buhua smile and waved. Let's go, Baya said to Jiang Xingyu. She closed her eyes and leaned back on the chair. I think that Madam and the chief are really amazing. Not only did you solve the crisis in B country, but you also found evidence of Zhuochuani's betrayal, Jiang Xingyu praised. Jiang Xingyu, how long have you been with Gu Lingqing? Baya asked, her eyes still closed. 5 years. What do you think of Xing Shang? Baya continued to ask. Jiang Xingyu thought for a while and said, actually our country's military has a strict division of labor. Xing Shang is in charge of foreign intelligence. When he discovers something he will report it to the chief. The chief will take over the task and give it to the chief. The chief has more contact with him. We don't get to know Xing Shang. So I don't know much about Xing Shang. But in the circle Xing Shang has a good reputation. Baya replied and did not say anything else. Jiang Xingyu saw that Baya was going to rest, so she did not say anything else to disturb her. She slept for a while and was woken up by her phone. She looked at the screen and saw that it was Xing Shang. Her heart was in a whirl. Why would Xing Shang call her? Baya answered the phone in confusion. Baya, right? Xing Shang asked directly. Yes. There's something I think you should know. Not Hua, not Gu Lingqing. He is Gu Lingqing's twin brother and also my granddaughter's husband. Xing Shang went straight to the point. Chapter 698. Baya was shocked. Many thoughts and images flashed through her mind, as if a flood was about to pour out of her mind. It was repelling and resisting, but she also felt that some kind of truth was about to break out. How could Gu Lingqing have twins? His relatives are all dead. They died in the murder arranged by Sheng Dongqing, Baya asked suspiciously. Mr. Song, who is also Gu Lingqing's father, was a popular candidate for the president. He gave birth to a pair of twins with the woman he loved. He was worried that someone would harm his children, so he asked me to take them away after giving birth to Xing Buhua. Except for me and Mr. Song, no one knew. Mr. Song had a pair of twins, Xing Shang explained. Baya listened quietly. If it was a pair of twins, this explanation seemed quite reasonable. Gu Lingqing was cold, ineloquent and silent. However, the details were full of his care, love, sacrifice and sacrifice. He was positive and positive. Even if he hurt himself, he was not willing to hurt innocent people. He valued friendship and righteousness. He was a real iron-blooded man. Xing Buhua was lively, eloquent and good at communication. He had an incomprehensible smile, but sometimes there was a ruthless side to him. There were too many mysteries, too many insincerity, too many disguises and too much ambition. She often felt that Xing Buhua was not Gu Lingqing. She doubted him, questioned him, didn't believe him and rejected him. It turned out that her intuition was right. However, if Xing Buhua was not Gu Lingqing, where was Gu Lingqing? Baya's hands were trembling. She couldn't suppress her emotions at all. Her eyes were red, and her breathing became uneven. What about him? Where's Gu Lingqing? She didn't dare to listen to the answer. Her eyes flashed and she wanted to hang up the phone. She didn't dare to listen to the answer. Her eyes flashed and she wanted to hang up the phone. He's already dead in that assassination. The bullet pierced through the back of his head. There's no way he's still alive. Xing Shang was the first to speak. Baya was stunned. He looked at the air, his eyes becoming more and more empty. It was covered with moisture. The image of a bullet piercing through the back of Gu Lingqing's head flashed across his mind. That thump sounded like it had hit her heart. She watched helplessly as he died in front of her. No matter how much she cried or screamed, he would never open his eyes to look at her again. She loved the feeling of calling out to Gu Lingqing the most. As long as he heard it, he would always come up to her and say coldly and coolly that he was here. Today he would never appear in front of her again. No wonder, no wonder. She kept dreaming of Gu Lingqing standing in the middle of the sea, alone, looking at her without saying a word. Was he waiting for her? His heart was in so much pain that it felt as if there were blades stabbing into it. Even breathing was painful. The one who assassinated him was Wuxia? You guessed. This was the secret about Gu Lingqing. Gu Lingqing was assassinated by Wuxia. Yes, Buhua has been investigating and taking revenge for his brother. He lied to you because he was worried that you would commit suicide, Xingshang said cruelly. Baya closed her eyes and tears flowed down her cheeks. Sadness was like a flood or a fierce beast. It started from her heart and spread everywhere, entering her blood. She couldn't bear it at all and cried out loud. Her phone fell to the ground. She didn't know it either. Her cries got louder and louder. She was sad, lonely, and desperate. Zhang Xingyu stopped the car. He vaguely heard some clues. His eyes reddened as he listened to Baya's sad cry. Baya sat in the car and cried. She cried for 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. She cried until her tears dried up. The sadness was like a broken faucet. It couldn't be stopped. Madam, don't cry. The chief doesn't want to see you so sad, Zhang Xingyu comforted. Baya cried until her voice was hoarse. Her throat was so painful that she couldn't make a sound. She was still crying. Zhang Xingyu was scared. He was afraid that something bad would happen to Baya if she continued crying. He said, "The chief is really not dead. It's true. Don't be so sad." Baya suddenly stopped crying. Her eyes were red and swollen. She looked at Zhang Xingyu with hope. She wanted to ask but her throat couldn't make a sound. She used all her strength to say, "Where is he?" "Chief Leng knows," Zhang Xingyu said. Baya's hope dimmed instantly. Leng Shuai didn't know. He thought that Xing Buhua was Gu Lingqing. So even if Gu Lingqing was dead they wouldn't know. He was a hero. When he was alive he was famous. But when he died he was unknown. Even the people he loved the most didn't know he was dead. Where was his body? Alright, where was his body? Where is his body? Baya asked with difficulty. Zhang Xingyu passed the water to Baya. Baya took it. She needed to speak and there were things she had to do. She drank half the water. "I'll ask Chief Leng now. Hold on." Zhang Xingyu got out of the car and called Leng Shuai. "Chief, there's something. Xing Buhua might not be Chief Gu. He seems to be Chief Gu's twin brother. Where is Chief Gu? Do you know?" Zhang Xingyu asked. Leng Shuai was silent for a while. He seemed to be digesting Zhang Xingyu's information. "Is the information accurate?" "I don't know. I heard Madam talking to someone on the phone. The surveillance cameras captured Chief Gu leaving. If that person is Chief Gu's twin brother, then Chief Gu was taken away by his twin brother," Leng Shuai said in a low voice. "Are you saying that it's Xing Buhua?" I understand. I'll report to Madam first. I'll contact you later," Zhang Xingyu said and hung up. He turned around. Baya was no longer in the car. His heart tightened. Panic flashed across his eyes. He looked around and found Baya standing by the lake. "Madam." Zhang Xingyu shouted and ran towards Baya. Baya didn't respond. She looked at the ice surface that was glistening under the sunlight. At that moment, her heart was colder than the ice. She couldn't feel the coldness in the air anymore. It was as if her senses had disappeared. Zhang Xingyu ran to Baya and said, "Madam, you must take care of yourself. Young master is still in your belly. Chief Gu will definitely like you to be happy." "It was Xing Buhua who took Gu Lingqing away, right?" Baya asked in a hoarse voice. In her calmness just now she had thought it through. Connecting the dots, only by taking Gu Lingqing away could Xing Buhua pretend to be Gu Lingqing. It's like this. When he was taken away, Chief Gu was still alive. Since Xing Buhua is Chief Gu's brother, he might still be alive. Zhang Xingyu said with hope. Baya wasn't as agitated as before. Perhaps she had run out of energy or perhaps she had thought it through. She was very calm and cold. "Madam, what should we do now?" Zhang Xingyu asked carefully. "Hello everyone, I'm Qin Tang Tang. You can follow me on WeChat." Chapter 699. Baya wanted to pick up her phone, only to find that it was not with her. She remembered that she did not pick up her phone when it fell on the car. She returned to the car, picked up her phone and called Xing Buhua. Xing Buhua did not answer. She called Xing Shang again. Xing Shang saw that it was Bai Ye's caller ID. He said to Xing Buhua, Bai Ye called. I told you that you are not Gu Lingqing. Do you want me to die because of this woman? Besides, I am telling the truth. The truth is that you have always wanted to control me. Xing Buhua was so angry that his teeth were itching. His eyes were like torches, like flames. He was going to roast Xing Shang. He clenched his fists so hard that the veins on the back of his hands were bulging. Xing Shang said anxiously, Can I control you? Have I ever controlled you? I will give you whatever you want. I will do my best to cooperate with you. It is because your father saved me that I must help you. I am the one who wants the best for you. But look at the result. You are going to ruin your future for a woman. It is my business whether I ruin my future or not. It is also my business to choose what I want. You have ruined my future again and again, and you said that you want the best for me. From now on we are no longer friends. I don't need your help anymore and I will not come back here. You are on your own now. Xing Buhua turned around decisively. He turned around. Where is Qiu Ting? Qiu Ting is already your woman. Don't tell me that you don't want Qiu Ting anymore, Xing Shang said anxiously. Xing Buhua's eyes were as sharp as a knife, and he glanced at Xing Shang. It was because of Qiu Ting that Xing Shang tried to ruin his relationship with Bai Ye again and again. It was for Bai Ye's sake that he had tolerated Xing Shang time and time again. Xing Shang told Bai Ye what he was most worried about. Now he no longer had to fear Xing Shang. After all, Xing Shang's power had long been taken over by him. Now that his wings had grown, he no longer needed Xing Shang's support. From the beginning to the end, I never wanted her. The one who slept with her last time wasn't me, it was my subordinate, Xing Buhua said coldly. Xing Shang's eyes widened in shock. What did you say? Qiu Ting loves you so much, yet you let another man sleep with her. She's not the one I love. You all know that. Why are you forcing me? I've given you so many chances. You can let me who doesn't love her have sex with her. Why can't you let someone who loves her have sex with her? Xing Buhua said sinisterly. Xing Shang was so angry that his beard was trembling. He gritted his teeth and said, You're such a wolf. I raised you up, yet you treat me like this. You also said that you raised me up because my father saved you. That's what you should do. I don't owe you anything. Also, do you think I don't know your motive? You're just in power. You want to control me and make Qiu Ting my empress. Is she worthy? Based on looks and intelligence. Based on self-cultivation, she's not even as good as Hua Rui. Xing Buhua said without pity. You. Xing Shang slapped Xing Buhua. Xing Buhua grabbed Xing Shang's hand so hard that it seemed like it was going to break. Xing Shang roared. Xing Buhua pressed Xing Shang against the wall. Where did you get the right to hit me? You know that Wu Di is Shenyan's confidant, right? If Shenyan finds out that you killed his confidant and colluded with Jiang Xingyu to sow discord, how do you think he'll deal with you? Xing Buhua said fiercely. Xing Shang looked at Xing Buhua with a pale face. You, how did you know? Don't forget that Bai Ye is the best psychologist. She can read minds. As long as you have the slightest flaw, she will know. So, she already knew that you're fake, Xing Shang said gloatingly. Xing Buhua's eyes darkened. Panic, hesitation, worry, and anticipation flashed across his eyes. He let go of Xing Shang. Xing Shang's men walked in. Xing Shang said sternly, Arrest him. Xing Buhua looked at the men who rushed in and said in a deep voice, Keep an eye on him. I'll go to the president's palace now and wait for the president's decision. After hearing Xing Buhua's words, Xing Shang realized that his men were all Xing Buhua's men. He slumped to the ground weakly. His strategies and plans were nothing compared to Xing Buhua. Only now did he realize that Xing Buhua was very shrewd. He was not someone he could discover or fight against. Xing Buhua strode out of Xing Shang's room. All right. Xing Shang thought of something. He picked up his phone and wanted to call Bai Ye back, but his phone was snatched away. What are you doing? Are you trying to imprison me? Xing Shang shouted anxiously. He wanted to snatch his phone back. I'm sorry. This is the chief's order. Xing Buhua's men said. They took Xing Shang's phone and left. Only Xing Shang was left in the room. Xing Buhua walked out of Xing Shang's room. He looked ahead coldly. His chest was heaving up and down. All he could think about was Bai Ye. What would happen if Bai Ye knew that he was not Gu Lingqing? What would happen if he told her that Gu Lingqing was dead? All kinds of complicated thoughts collided in his mind. The car in front of him honked and drove straight towards him. Xing Buhua came to his senses and turned the steering wheel. The car brushed past him. Fortunately, it did not hit him. He stopped by the roadside and calmed himself down. He took out his phone and looked at the caller ID of Baya. After thinking for a while, he did not call her. He called Shiniyin. I have something urgent. I want to see you now. Okay. Come to the office of the president. I'm here, Shiniyin said in a businesslike manner. Xing Buhua drove to the office of the president. It was still the annual holiday. Shiniyin did not go to work. He did not want to accompany Hua Zixing back to the country. Hua Zixing and Hua Rui did not return to the country either. They stayed in the office of the president. Lu Shuang was very awkward when she saw Hua Zixing and Hua Rui. She basically did not go out and stayed in her room to play games. Of course, Shiniyin spent most of her time playing games with Lu Shuang. Xing Buhua's arrival destroyed the temporary peace in the office of the president. Shiniyin went to the study with him. Xing Buhua told him what happened. You said that Wu Di is dead. Was it done by Xing Shang? Shiniyin was shocked. This did not seem like something Xing Shang would do. In his impression, Xing Shang was a straightforward but honest person. Xing Buhua nodded. He admitted it. I think you should know about it. Wait. Shiniyin called Secretary Jiang. Wu Di is on holiday, right? Ask his family where he is now. Call me back in 3 minutes. Xing Buhua was silent. Shiniyin was also silent. Both of them were deep in thought. Chapter 700. Xing Buhua stared fixedly at Shiniyin. Was he starting to be wary of him by asking this question out of the blue? What if he didn't leave? Was Shiniyin going to deal with him? There was an assassination in Country B. It disrupted Baya's and my plan. I need to discuss it again with her, Xing Buhua said ambiguously. Shiniyin patted Xing Buhua's shoulder. You've worked hard. You should spend some time with Baya and enjoy your life. She's been waiting for you. She's had enough of being separated. Call me if you have any problems. I'll be your strong support. Xing Buhua nodded. Secretary Jiang called. Shiniyin picked up immediately. Wu Di's family said that he's working overtime. I asked the guard captain and he said that he's on holiday. So he's missing, Secretary Jiang reported. Investigate. You must find Wu Di. Even if it's his corpse, bring it back to me, Shiniyin ordered. I'll call the chief of the police station. I'll report to you if there's any progress, Secretary Jiang said. He hung up. Shiniyin looked at Xing Buhua. Thank you for trusting me. You weren't provoked by Xing Shang. When I find the evidence, I'll definitely punish Xing Shang heavily. Just follow the normal procedure, Xing Buhua said in a low voice. I'll take my leave. Shiniyin smiled. I'll send you off. Xing Buhua left the presidential palace and sat in his car. He wondered if he should go to Baya's place. He wanted to go, but he was afraid to go. He had to wait, but he was afraid to wait. He had to face it eventually, right? His phone rang. It was Momo, so he picked it up. Check your inbox, Momo said simply and quickly hung up. Momo must have something to tell him at this time. He immediately opened his mailbox. It was a video secretly taken by a wet nurse in the presidential palace. In the video, Hua Zixing questioned Nangong Yu, you messed things up this time. Didn't you say that you could sow discord between Shiniyin and Xing Buhua? I didn't expect Xing Shang to be so bad. I've already taught him what to do, but he can't even do something as simple as this. Nangong Yu was also vexed. This is bad. If Xing Shang is captured, he might betray you. Hua Zixing said worriedly. No, he doesn't know what I look like. The problem is that our plan failed. Didn't you see that Shiniyin has been staying in Lu Shuang's room for the past few days? He doesn't even want to accompany me to M country. Now that he has no enemies, he will definitely end our relationship in advance. Hua Zixing said without confidence. Nangong Yu remained silent and did not speak. Hua Zixing panicked even more. Shall you help me? I can't live without Shiniyin. Nangong Yu nodded. I'll think of another way. You should leave now. Shiniyin might want to discuss it with you. Yes. You will discuss everything with me. Hua Zixing pulled herself together and walked towards the door. The video ended there. Xing Buhua looked in front of him with a dark expression. He found it strange. Xing Shang was not a scheming person. How could he sow discord? If it wasn't for Baya, he would have fallen for it. It turned out that someone was teaching him. If it wasn't for their sudden appearance, he would still be happily with Baya in B country. Perhaps they would already be together. Scheming against him? Xing Buhua's lips twitched. It was time to strike back. He sent out a message. Begin Plan A. Baya did not get through to Xing Shang, nor did she get through to Xing Buhua. Perhaps it was because she had cried for too long that her stomach was feeling uncomfortable. She lay on the bed, her heart still aching. Her body curled up. She was tired, but she could not sleep. There was a knock on the door. Baya did not have the energy to respond. Song Shiyu pushed the door open and entered. She called out gently, "Xiaoya, it's time for dinner." "What's wrong? Are you feeling unwell?" Baya did not want to speak. She closed her eyes and pretended to sleep. Song Shiyu saw that Baya was not moving. She placed her hand on Baya's forehead and made a call worriedly. "Hello, Zhang Xingyu. Xiaoya seems to be feeling unwell. Get a reliable doctor over to check on her." Baya heard Song Shiyu's concerned voice and opened her eyes slowly. If she were to go with Gu Lingqing, Song Shiyu would be left alone in this empty room. How lonely would she be? She had to get Xiao Xian back. At least, Song Shiyu would have someone to rely on. She would not feel so hopeless. "Xiaoya, you're awake. Are you feeling unwell?" Song Shiyu asked worriedly. Since Song Shiyu had found out that she was awake, it would be rude of her to pretend to be asleep. Baya sat up. "My stomach hurts a little today, so I'm resting in bed." Song Shiyu looked at Baya's eyes. "You're crying? What's wrong? Didn't you go overseas with Gu Lingqing? You came back early. Did he bully you?" Baya shook her head. The truth was too cruel. She could not say it in front of Song Shiyu. "Something happened when I was overseas. But fortunately it's been resolved," Baya explained. "It's good that it's resolved. Oh yes, Shirlan has already had her first skin graft. The doctor said that it was very effective. She can be discharged in a few days. 3 months later, we'll see how her recovery goes before deciding whether to have her second skin graft," Song Shiyu said. The corners of Baya's lips curled up slightly. In the future, when she was not around, there would be Shirlan accompanying Song Shiyu. She could rest assured. It will be fine. Science is so advanced now, especially in the plastic surgery industry. There won't be any problems. Okay. If your stomach is not feeling well, just lie down. I'll bring you some food. There's your favorite fish soup today. I caught it this morning. It's very fresh, Song Shiyu said lovingly. "Thank you, Mom," Baya said softly. Song Shiyu went out. Baya looked at her phone. There was still no reply from Xing Buhua or Xing Shang. Her phone rang. She was shocked. It was Shiniyen's call. She hesitated. Once, she told Shiniyen that Xing Buhua was Gu Lingqing and begged Shiniyen to let her go. But now Xing Buhua was not Gu Lingqing. She would not leave with Xing Buhua. Xing Buhua would stay. She hated Xing Buhua for lying to her. He even bullied her. But at the same time, she understood why Xing Buhua did not want her when she took the initiative. He was afraid that she would commit suicide, so he pretended to be Gu Lingqing. In general, it was still good. But she should not tell Shiniyen. If she did not tell him, Shiniyen would find out sooner or later. If she told him, Shiniyen might not let Xing Buhua go. While she was hesitating, her phone stopped ringing. She took a deep breath and got up from the bed. Her phone rang again. She picked it up and saw that it was still from Shiniyen. He would not give up until she answered the call. Chapter 701. "Where?" asked Shiniyen. "At home. Xing Buhua told me about what happened in Country B. He said that my men were killed by Xing Shang. Is that true?" asked Shiniyen. "That's just my guess. We were assassinated when we were overseas, but Jiang Xingyu saved us." "Jiang Xingyu? Why is he in Country B?" asked Shiniyen. "I don't know. Jiang Xingyu said that he saw Wu Di acting suspiciously, so he followed him and found out that he wanted to kill us." "Wu Di? How is that possible? Why would they say it was Wu Di?" "Their goal was to sow discord between you and Xing Buhua. If Wu Di was in the country during those few days, then their lies would fall apart. I'm guessing that Wu Di has been missing for the past few days. To make the whole thing more believable, there's an 80% chance that Wu Di has already been killed." Baya analyzed. "Can you find out where Wu Di's body is?" "Use the heavenly eye," asked Shiniyen. "If they're under surveillance, then we should be able to find it. But Xing Shang knows that I have the heavenly eye, so I'm afraid he won't make a move in a place with surveillance," said Baya calmly. "Do you have any ideas on how to find Wu Di's body?" "There are a few possibilities for his body to be found. 1. Logically deduce where it is. 2. It was discovered by chance. 3. The murderer confesses. So I suggest you ask Xing Shang directly." "If Xing Shang doesn't confess, do you have any evidence?" asked Shiniyen with furrowed brows. "No," replied Baya straightforwardly. "Before you leave, can you help me get the answer? You're good at hypnosis. You should be able to get the answer through hypnosis, right? Asked Shinian hopefully. Not necessarily. Try. He's my man. I don't want him to die without a corpse. I still have to answer to his family, requested Shinian sincerely. Baya thought about Gu Lingqing's corpse. She desperately wanted to find him, so she understood how Wu Di's family felt. I'll try. Invite Xing Shang to your place and I'll give you some medicine. Remember to make Xing Shang take it unknowingly. Before he takes it, don't let him sense your hostility, Baya reminded. Alright, let's do it tomorrow. I'll invite some officials to a meal tomorrow. I'll call you over when the time comes, said Shinian. Okay. Baya answered and hung up the phone. She stood at the window and looked at the scenery outside. Gu Lingqing, Baya murmured. Her waist was being hugged by someone. Her heart tightened. She turned around in surprise and saw Gu Lingqing's face. However, she knew that he was not Gu Lingqing. Gu Lingqing's eyes became even more profound, like an unfathomable deep blue, and even more gloomy. Xing Buhua, she shouted. Yes, replied Xing Buhua. Xing Shang said that you're Gu Lingqing's twin brother, said Baya gently. Baya asked softly. She looked calm, but her heart had already sunk into an icy lake. She already knew the answer, but she still wanted to hear it from him in person. Do you believe what he said? Asked Xing Buhua in a low voice. He stared into her eyes with a burning gaze. When we were on the island we adopted a tortoise. Do you remember the tortoise's name? Asked Baya. When we were on the island, we didn't adopt a tortoise. Baya looked at him and raised the corners of her mouth, but her eyes were bitter and misty. Even so, I still know that you're not Gu Lingqing. So you believe what he said? Asked Xing Buhua gently and calmly. He let go of Baya's waist. I believe what I feel. If one day you find a girl who is more important than your life, you'll understand what I'm saying now, said Baya softly as if she was whispering. Xing Buhua also smiled. He knew that Baya was so smart that he couldn't pretend anymore. What if I've already fallen in love with you? Asked Xing Buhua with hope. In your heart, who is more important to you, me or Gu Lingqing? Baya didn't answer him directly. Perhaps this was the advantage of being a psychologist. He could cleverly solve problems and let him choose for himself. My brother is dead. His beloved woman is the first person I need to take care of. I can't let him worry even in heaven. You don't have to do this. Maybe you don't believe me, but I've known you for a long time, confessed Xing Buhua. You've appeared in our lives before? Baya was suspicious. No, it was in my dreams. I know a lot about you and Gu Lingqing. I saw him cut off his finger for you. I saw him losing sleep because of you. I saw you two living a happy life on the island. I felt the pain, reluctance, and regret in his heart. Xing Buhua choked and said, so I also know that he can see you through me. Baya stared at Xing Buhua. Her tears flowed down quietly. Where is he now? I've already buried him beside Mom and Dad. Xiaoye, don't let him worry. Don't let him worry. You once said that when you love someone you don't have to do what you think you love. You have to do what he wants you to do. He wants you to live well. Baya raised a faint smile. Actually, I've always been a very selfish person, ha. You're not. You're someone who would rather sacrifice yourself to help others. You're someone who would rather live the way others want you to live, no matter how much pain you're in. Think about Xiaoyan, think about the child in your belly. Do you really have the heart to let the child leave before he can see the world? Lingqing is looking forward to the birth of the child. He'll blame you for the birth of the child. Xing Buhua tried to persuade her. Baya's tears flowed even more fiercely. In that case, I really think a lot for others. But why can't a person like me, who always thinks for others and feels guilty for hurting people who have committed heinous crimes, get happiness? Every time I think happiness is around me, it's as if I've been cursed. It's like I've been cursed and will disappear. I'm tired of the cruelty of this world. I'll give you happiness. The happiness you once hoped for will come true in the future. Give yourself a chance. Xing Buhua said affectionately and anxiously. Xing Buhua. Baya sniffled. She tried not to lose control of her emotions. When I was born, I was destined to be unfortunate. My parents separated and my mother became mentally ill. It wasn't easy to find Gu Lingqing, but he was never happy when he was with me. He almost died a few times. The people who were with me never had a good ending. Chapter 702. That's why he did better than me. But someone who did better than me left me behind. That's why he didn't let anyone down except me. Why should I live the way he wants me to live? Baya was agitated. She shook off Xingbuhua's hand. That's why he did better than me. Isn't it even more unworthy for you to die for someone who let you down? Xingbuhua said impulsively. Baya turned her face away and looked out of the window. You should go. I want some time alone. From now on I won't leave you. Even if you die, I'll accompany you, Xingbuhua said solemnly. His eyes were firm and determined. Baya looked at him in confusion. She was angry and resentful. Xingbuhua didn't say anything. He smiled at her. Baya turned her face away again and turned her back to him. Song Shiyu pushed the door open. She was shocked to see Xingbuhua. Mom, I'm back, Xingbuhua said. He took the plate from Song Shiyu. Song Shiyu cried tears of joy. She choked. Good. It's good that you're back. You haven't eaten yet, right? I'll bring your plate up now. Keep Xiaoya company. Thank you, Mom, Xingbuhua said. Song Shiyu wiped away her tears and went out happily. Baya's eyes were locked. Strange emotions flowed through her. She turned around and looked at Xingbuhua. Where's Xiaoxian? Let him go home. Xiaoxian hates you. It's too dangerous to keep him by your side. Xingbuhua rejected her directly. She knew that Xingbuhua was telling the truth. But she didn't care about her life. Why should she be afraid of danger? But Xingbuhua said it so decisively. He probably wouldn't agree. Perhaps she was too tired, or perhaps she was too excited before, but now her brain was a little muddled. She really needed to rest. I don't want to eat. I want to sleep, Baya said. Go to sleep for a while and eat after you wake up. I won't leave. Xingbuhua said good-naturedly and helped Baya lift the quilt. Baya lay on the bed and Xingbuhua covered her with the blanket again. He covered her from all sides, leaving only her face exposed. He lowered his head and gently kissed her forehead. He whispered, I will protect you. I swear. Baya closed his eyes, but his eyelashes were trembling. He swallowed his bitterness and didn't say anything. In the afternoon the doctor came. Seeing that Baya had fallen asleep, Xingbuhua asked the doctor to leave. Looking at Xingbuhua, who looked exactly the same as the chief, Zhang Xingyu summoned his courage and said, Can I talk to you for a while? Xingbuhua knew that Zhang Xingyu was Gu Lingqing's confidant. He nodded and opened the door. He didn't go far and just waited outside. Are you Chief Gu? Zhang Xingyu asked, looking at Xingbuhua's face. Xingbuhua and Chief Gu looked exactly the same. He couldn't tell them apart. I am his twin brother. Xingbuhua didn't lie. Then Chief, Madam? Zhang Xingyu's eyes turned red and he started to speak incoherently. I will shoulder the responsibility of my brother and do what he wants to do. Don't worry, I will go and see Xiaoya first. If there is anything you can talk to me. Also, Xiaoya's health is not very good. I will ask my military doctor to come and protect her 24/7, Xingbuhua said. Zhang Xingyu didn't say anything. He vaguely felt that Chief Gu's brother was also a good person. After all, it was this brother and madam who defeated Zhuochuani together. Was it Zhuochuani who assassinated Chief Gu? Yes. Xingbuhua said firmly. I understand. Then take good care of madam. She is very emotional today. She has been crying for hours and her voice has become hoarse. I don't know what to do. Zhang Xingyu said helplessly. I will. You can go and do what you need to. Also, have the people from the shadow come back? Xingbuhua asked thoughtfully. Not yet. They will come back tomorrow. Zhang Xingyu reported. Make the arrangements. I need to ensure Baya's safety. Xingbuhua ordered. Yes, Chief. Zhang Xingyu couldn't help but salute. Looking at Xingbuhua's face, which was exactly the same as the chief's, he was also in a trance. Xingbuhua nodded and went back to the room to continue accompanying Baya. When Baya woke up, it was already 6 o'clock in the afternoon. She opened her eyes and saw Xingbuhua first. She looked at the face, which was exactly the same as Gu Lingqing's. She didn't want to think. She just wanted to keep looking at him like this, as if Gu Lingqing was by her side. Are you hungry? Xingbuhua asked. I chatted with Mom for a while just now. She wants to make you the freshest fish soup. She went fishing again in the afternoon. She listened to Xingbuhua's voice, which was exactly the same as Gu Lingqing's, and her heart started to ache. She was enjoying her happiness. What about Gu Lingqing? Suffering from loneliness? She sat up. Thanks for the hard work, Mom. Xingbuhua immediately helped her and brainwashed her. The hardest thing is that the person you love is not around. You should know this better than us. Everything else is worth it. Baya stepped down from the bed. She looked very calm and there was nothing strange on her face. She sniffed and said, I smell the fragrance of fish. Your nose is really sensitive. Should we go down for dinner now or send it to the room? Xing Buhua said kindly. Baya looked at him. Are you going to use Gu Lingqing's identity? Song Shiyu is old. I don't want to hurt her. She is also someone that Lingqing wants to protect, Xing Buhua said in a low voice. Baya understood and reminded him, Gu Lingqing is usually very cool. He won't take the initiative to talk to Song Shiyu. Even if Song Shiyu talks to him, he will only say yes. You have to be careful. After all, Song Shiyu and Gu Lingqing have been together for so many years. Gu Lingqing will see through it. Xing Buhua smiled. I need you to help me more in the future. Am I very different from Lingqing? Chapter 703. After the call, Song Shiyu heaved a sigh of relief and said to Baya, It's okay, it's okay. The doctor said that she didn't eat it and gave it to Zhang Xingyu. Zhang Xingyu has been on good terms with her recently. The two of them are actually quite compatible. Baya replied softly, I'll help Mom with the dishes. She followed Song Shiyu into the kitchen. Song Shiyu made Gu Lingqing's favorite braised pork with preserved vegetables, fresh fish soup, fish balls, fish sliders, fried fish steak, chicken breast, fruit salad, braised mushrooms and beef and sour soup. You've made so many dishes, I'll become fat soon. Baya said jokingly. Xing Buhua wanted to say that he would like it even if she became fat. They were a meaty family, but he remembered Baya's reminder. Gu Lingqing was usually cool, so he didn't say anything. Song Shiyu put his arm around Baya's shoulders. If Lingqing dares to look down on you, I'll beat him up. Haha. Baya laughed. She missed Gu Lingqing. She missed him very much. As she laughed, her eyes turned red. She lowered her eyes and let her long eyelashes cover the emotions in her eyes, so that no one could see it. The three of them sat at the dining table and ate the delicious dinner. Song Shiyu looked at Xing Buhua and then at Baya. Have you decided to leave this place? Xing Buhua didn't say anything and looked at Baya. Baya shook her head. As long as Gu Lingqing was here, she wouldn't go anywhere else. We wanted to leave not because we were looking forward to the outside world, but because we wanted to avoid Xing Dongqing, Zhuqiuni and those who wanted to hurt us. Now that Xing Dongqing is dead, and Zhuqiuni will be punished by the law, we are safe. After all, our families are here. Our friends, our memories together, we won't leave, Baya said. Xing Buhua held Baya's hand. Because in front of Song Shiyu, Baya didn't pull out his sword, but he didn't look at Xing Buhua either. It's good that you're not leaving. I was wondering where I would go after leaving this place. I've thought about it, but there's no place I want to go the most. Actually, home is the warmest place. It's better to travel to other places. Otherwise it's easy to get lost. Song Shiyu said happily. You're right. If you have a home, you know where you want to go. Baya pulled out her hand that was held by Xing Buhua and scooped soup. Xing Buhua immediately took the spoon and scooped soup for Baya. He also scooped a bowl of soup for Song Shiyu. Song Shiyu looked at Xing Buhua with relief. After going through so much, Lingqing has learned to care for others. Good, very good. Xing Buhua imitated Gu Lingqing's coldness. After the meal, Song Shiyu carried the bowl to the kitchen. He walked out of the door and called Zhang Xingyu. Are there any suitable maids? No, there's only one woman in Ning Shulan. Since Shulan's accident, she hasn't found a maid. She's worried that a maid in the manor would be a threat to Madam, Zhang Xingyu explained. I see. I'll send someone over tomorrow to take care of the hygiene in the manor. Don't worry about my people, Xing Buhua said. Of course. There's one thing. When Ying's people come to work tomorrow, do you want to hide your identity or tell them the truth? Zhang Xingyu asked. Tell them the truth. Once a lie is exposed, it's a different story. But keep it from Song Shiyu for now. I don't want her to be too sad, Xing Buhua said. Okay, got it. Zhang Xingyu hung up the phone. Xing Buhua turned around. Baya was standing behind him. Let's go out for a walk. I have something to ask you, Baya said. Wait. Xing Buhua took Baya's down jacket and put it on her. He said, it's very cold outside. Don't catch a cold. Okay. Baya adjusted her jacket and walked out of the door. There was a moon in the sky and a few sparse stars. The wind was cold, but it made people think more clearly. I remember you were looking for something when you first appeared. What were you looking for? Baya asked. A photo. It's a photo of me and Lingqing when we were born. I gave it to Gu Tianhang when I was looking for him. But I didn't find it. Maybe he burned it long ago, Xing Buhua explained. You contacted Gu Lingqing's father long ago? Baya was surprised. Yes. When Gu Lingqing left JQ to go into business, I contacted Lingqing's adoptive father and told him that I'm Gu Lingqing's twin brother, Xing Buhua said without holding anything back. Baya didn't expect that. Gu Lingqing's adoptive father moved here because of you? Yes. There are secret passages in this manor. Even if I came to contact him, no one would find out. So, Gu Lingqing's adoptive father gave you the map of the secret passages, Baya guessed. Yes. We've been planning it. The reason why I could enter the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and become the Minister of Foreign Affairs has a lot to do with Gu Tianhong's planning, Xing Buhua explained. But Gu Lingqing's father didn't mention you when he died. Baya was curious. Why? I think there are a few possibilities. First, when Lingqing came back, Gu Tianhong's health was very bad, and he passed away before he could say it. Second, he felt that it was useless to say it and it would put me in danger, so he didn't say it. Third, he might have said it, but Lingqing didn't tell you, Xing Buhua analyzed. Baya took a deep breath and understood. You don't know where Yan is, do you? I don't know. Leng Shuai knows. So it's easy for you to find Yan. Baya shook her head. She was afraid that her determination would be shaken after seeing Yan. Yan is happy with his adoptive parents. I'll always be his mother, but I don't want him to feel unfortunate now. That's the right decision, Xing Buhua agreed. Baya didn't say anything. She stepped on the withered branches, making a rustling sound. It seemed even more lonely. She was afraid that the loneliness would be so heavy that she couldn't breathe. She asked again, Buhua, are you and Qiu Ting husband and wife? No. Qiu Ting is actually Xing Shang's illegitimate daughter. He has always wanted to marry Qiu Ting to me, but I only see Qiu Ting as my sister. And Xing Buhua paused and blushed. I've never had sex with a woman. Baya answered softly. She walked to the lake and looked at it. She said coldly, don't like me. Chapter 704. Your liking isn't real, it's just a psychological suggestion. Many twins receive too much information from the outside world and feel that there's a connection between them. They'll like the same thing in the same type of person and subconsciously get close to them. Baya turned around and looked at Xing Buhua. You think I like you because I hinted to myself that I like you? This logic is like you don't know how to drink, but you tell yourself that you're not drunk, so you'll drink more than others. This is a psychological suggestion, Baya said firmly. If psychological suggestions are so useful, why don't you tell yourself that you don't like Gu Lingqing anymore? That way you can live well, Xing Buhua retorted. Baya revealed a bitter smile. You think I didn't do it? Not only did I do psychological suggestions, I even hypnotized myself and let my second personality become my main personality. He's cold, decisive, strong, and won't be hurt by others. But my second personality also fell in love with him. Xing Buhua looked at Baya in surprise. This was something he didn't know. Then are you the first personality or the second personality? The difference between the first personality and the second personality is that when I'm the first personality, every time the second personality appears, the first personality's memory will go blank and he won't remember what he's done. My second personality knows everything my first personality does. Now I remember. Either I'm still the first personality, or I've already cured myself, Baya said calmly. So, you also said that psychological suggestions are useless, Xing Buhua said in a low voice. Baya, you're very eloquent. It's a pity that you're not a lawyer, Baya said. She turned around and continued to look at the lake. Xing Buhua laughed and squeezed her with his shoulder. You're angry? Alright, I was wrong. Baya didn't say anything. Xing Buhua stood in front of her. Can I show you a magic trick? Baya remained silent. Xing Buhua took out 100 yuan from his wallet and folded it into the shape of a small rose. Now both hands are gone, right? You're looking. He put his hand behind her neck, took out the rose and gave it to her. How did it get on you? Baya was still staring at him. Are you sure you're Gu Lingqing's elder brother and not Gu Lingqing's younger brother? Xing Buhua. I think the two of us should be lawyers together. We'll be invincible. He stuffed the rose into Baya's hand. I'm the elder brother and Lingqing is the younger brother. You look exactly like Gu Lingqing. Maybe even your father got it wrong. Baya said as she stuffed the rose back into his pocket. I know. The money has always been in your hands. I've seen this kind of magic trick many times. Sigh, it doesn't seem like a good thing to have a smart wife. Xing Buhua sighed. So, you should find a girl who is a little more stupid who will focus on you. She will listen to everything you say, be touched by everything you do, and admire everything he thinks. That kind of girl will be more suitable for you, Baya said seriously. Xing Buhua didn't refute. He didn't want to give Baya any pressure. He didn't fall in love with her because of psychological cues. He fell in love with her when he was with her. Let's go. One more round and we'll go back. It's too cold outside. Your face is red from the cold. Baya replied. She walked in front slowly and didn't say anything. Xing Buhua's phone rang. He saw that it was the landline of Xing Shang's house. He thought that it was his subordinate who had something to report, so he answered. Xing Buhua, why did you imprison Grandpa? Qiu Ting asked anxiously. Xing Buhua was annoyed when he heard Qiu Ting's voice. I don't need to report to you. I've already called the police, Qiu Ting said angrily. Xing Buhua replied indifferently and hung up. He thought for a while and called Li Junyan. I have a task for you. Take Qiu Ting away. I don't want her to step into a land again. Do you know what to do? Chief, have you broken up with Xing Shang? Li Junyan asked worriedly. It's not that I broke up with him. He killed Wu Di, who was always by Shiniyen's side, and colluded with Jiang Xingyu in order to sow discord between me and Shiniyen. Qiu Ting will only be waiting for Xing Shang's death. She will only be sadder. Don't you love her? Take her away, Xing Buhua said in a deep voice. After that, he hung up. Baya got a general understanding of Qiu Ting's situation from the phone call. Too much love was also a kind of obsession. She was very lucky. At least she and Gu Lingqing loved each other. Her life was worth it. She slept too much during the day. She didn't go to bed but stayed in the library to mark the papers. Xing Buhua marked the papers for her as usual. She was very focused and elegant, as if she was no longer immersed in sadness. He believed that as long as Baya decided to live, she would accept him one day. It didn't matter if she didn't accept him. Companionship was the longest confession. Time ticked by. It was 12 o'clock and the clock struck 12. Baya looked up at the clock and put down the pen in her hand. I'm going to rest. Okay. Baya walked in front and Xing Buhua followed her. She stopped and looked at him. In my eyes, you're just my husband's brother. I know. Don't worry. You know I won't do anything to you. Xing Buhua smiled and said with certainty. Baya thought about it. He didn't want her when she took the initiative. She continued to walk forward and returned to her room. She took a change of clothes and went to the bathroom. She locked the door and came out after washing up. Xing Buhua had already spread out the sofa. He said to Baya, I'll sleep here from now on. I'll recover during the day. Baya walked to the cupboard and took out the bedding, quilt and pillow. She helped Xing Buhua make the bed. Xing Buhua looked at the way she made the bed, and his heart was filled with warmth. This was good, he was satisfied. Baya helped him make the bed and said in a distant tone, Thank you for your hard work, brother. The word brother revealed his identity. Xing Buhua's eyes darkened again. Go to sleep first. Good night. Baya nodded and climbed into the bed. She turned her back to him and looked out of the window. Now Lu Shuang had Shiniyen to take care of him. Soon they would get married. Song Shiyu had Shu Lan to accompany her. Xing Buhua was so outstanding. There would be a girl suitable for him. Xiao Yin would be taken care of by his adoptive parents. Xiao Xian could also return to Song Shiyu. Now that she had left, there was nothing she could not let go of. Chapter 705. She had a good night's sleep and woke up naturally. Her nose was filled with the aroma of fried eggs and sausages. Baya smiled. Xing Buhua's mood improved when he saw her smile. Are you hungry? Baya nodded. She went to the washroom to brush her teeth and went downstairs. Did I wake you up? Song Shiyu asked guiltily. No, I was about to wake up anyway. Baya looked at the dining table. Song Shiyu made some pancakes with sausages and eggs. There were shredded potatoes, cucumbers, carrots, and pork tenderloin. One look and I can tell it's delicious. Baya grabbed one and took a bite. It's my favorite salad dressing. Mom, you made it so good. I'm glad you like it. There's milk next to it. It's just hot, Song Shiyu reminded her. I want 2 pieces, Baya said. Yes, you can have as much as you want, Song Shiyu said. She glanced at Xing Buhua. Mom, Xing Buhua shouted. Wait a minute, I'll wrap it for you now. It's almost done. Do you want spicy sauce, sweet sauce, or salad dressing? Song Shiyu asked with a smile. Anything is fine, Xing Buhua said. Song Shiyu was about to go to the kitchen when she saw Zhang Xingyu. She greeted him warmly. Zhang Xingyu, what kind of pancake do you want? Spicy. Hehe. Zhang Xingyu smiled. Wait a minute, I'll make it for you later. Song Shiyu went to the kitchen happily. Baya looked at them and smiled. Their lives now looked good and warm. Zhang Xingyu walked to the dining table and nodded respectfully. Chief, Madam, everyone from the Dark Shadows is here. Baya was still smiling. Her eyes were misty. That's good. Help me prepare the red packet. Yes. I'm going to have a meeting with them now. Save a cake for me. Zhang Xingyu said happily and turned around to leave. What do these soldiers usually eat? Xing Buhua asked. Zhang Xingyu was the one who arranged the food. I didn't do anything about it. What's wrong? Baya was puzzled. Mom is getting on in years and she'll be going back to work soon. Lin Shulan is still in the hospital, so I got someone to come over to do the housework. If I still need to prepare in Ying's meals, I'll have to call 2 people over. Xing Buhua explained. You can ask Zhang Xingyu how he handles the soldiers' meals. It'll be good if he can find someone to take care of Shulan after she comes out of the hospital. Mom needs to take care of herself after work. You can discuss it with him. Baya said softly as she continued to eat her breakfast. Her cell phone rang. She saw it was Xinyin and answered it in front of Xing Buhua. Is Xing Buhua with you? Xinyin asked. Yes, he is. You can come at 11 o'clock at noon. The lunch is arranged in a big hotel in City A. I've invited 10 tables. Secretary Jiang will inform the others. When will you give me the medicine? I'll ask Zhang Xingyu to send it to you later. Will Lu Shuang show up for the lunch? Baya asked thoughtfully. Of course. She's my assistant on the surface. Do you need me to arrange time for you to catch up? Xinyin was perceptive and said. Baya smiled. Thank you. One more thing. I've sent someone to see your subordinate. She's recovering well. Do you still need plastic surgery or to keep her original appearance? Then keep her original appearance. After all, appearance isn't everything, right? Baya said with a smile. Great minds think alike. That's all for now. I have other things to arrange. Okay. Baya hung up the phone and said to Xing Buhua, Xinyin invited us to the big hotel in City A for lunch at 11 o'clock. Song Shiyu came out of the kitchen. She handed the cake to Xing Buhua and said, I'll make you a sweet one. Xiaoya, what other flavor do you want? Salad dressing, Baya said. Mom, make me a salad dressing too, Xing Buhua said. Okay. Song Shiyu went to make the salad dressing happily. Half an hour later, Zhang Xingyu came in and wolfed down the breakfast made by Song Shiyu. He wolfed down Song Shiyu's breakfast and couldn't help praising, It's so delicious. I'm so happy. Baya put the medicine in a box and handed it to Zhang Xingyu. After you eat it, send this to the President Palace. Remember, you have to hand it to Xinyin. Okay. I'll do it, Zhang Xingyu said with certainty. Baya was at ease with his work. What's that medicine? Xing Buhua asked in surprise. It's a psychotropic drug. To put it simply, it's given to the patient during hypnosis, Baya explained. Hypnosis? Oh. Xing Buhua asked. This time, Xinyin invited many officials. The main point is Xing Shang. He wants to know where Xing Shang put Wudi's body. Xiaoya, I'm a little worried, Xing Buhua said thoughtfully. What are you worried about? I told Xing Shang that I would tell Xinyin and ask Xinyin to punish him. Now that Xinyin invited him to dinner, he might do something crazy. For example, tell Xinyin that I'm Xing Buhua, Xing Buhua said worriedly. You're not Gu Lingqing. You can't hide your identity. The problem is you told him that I'm Gu Lingqing. Will Xinyin think that we're lying to him on purpose? In my opinion, he's a suspicious person. Plus, when I went to see him yesterday, he asked when we were leaving. I think he's still guarded against me. So what do you mean? Baya looked Xing Buhua up and down. Xinyin wants to know where Wudi's body is. We can just interrogate him in private and tell him, Xing Buhua suggested. Baya was silent. She took a deep breath. Xing Buhua, tell me, do you want to be the president? If you want me to leave with you, I can go with you right now, Xing Buhua said in a low voice. He looked at her with deep, determined eyes. So, you don't want to be the president, do you? Baya asked. That depends on whether you want to be the president or not. Xing Buhua threw the question back at her. I understand. If we interrogate him behind Xinyian's back, Xinyin will be even more suspicious. Let me handle this. I'll meet Xinyin at the presidential palace later. Xiaoya, don't trust Xinyin too much. He even forced his own father to die for the sake of the throne, Xing Buhua reminded her. He's weighing the pros and cons. He's not an unreasonable person. Chapter 706. She understood his suspicion and caution. After all, he had just been betrayed by his dearest Xing Shang, not to mention Xinyin, who had once tried to kill him. There's a saying, a gentleman is magnanimous, while a villain is sorrowful. If you're afraid of being discovered and live in fear forever, why not face danger head-on and communicate with each other sincerely? What do you think? Do you think that Xinyin will have a heart-to-heart conversation with us? Now that the three magnates are gone, he has no one to be afraid of. He won't leave any hidden dangers for himself, Xing Buhua said with certainty. Then what do you think is the best thing to do? Baya asked calmly. Why don't we just find out where Wudi's body is? Xing Shang will definitely go to the military court. Can you guarantee that he won't say anything in court? Of course, you can also execute him in secret. But with Xinyi's intelligence, he can see through your ambition with one look. Do you think he'll let you go? For your own benefit, you've stained your hands with blood. What's the difference between you and Zhuchuani and Sheng Dongqing? Baya asked one by one. Her Gu Lingqing would never hurt others for his own benefit. Even Su Zheng, who had once hurt him, he chose to let him go. I understand. Do what you want to do, Xing Buhua said softly. Baya didn't waste any more words with Xing Buhua. He was Gu Lingqing's brother. No matter what, she would protect him. This was her promise to Gu Lingqing. Baya and Zhang Xingyu went to the presidential palace together. Zhang Xingyu noticed that Baya was looking out the window. Madam, will you be with the chief's brother? Zhang Xingyu asked carefully. Baya looked at Zhang Xingyu and said with certainty, no. What about you? Will they be as loyal to Xing Buhua as they are to Gu Lingqing? I don't know. I feel like I've lost my backbone after knowing that the chief is no longer around. But if I think about it, it's a good thing that the madam is still around. So, I think I will pledge my loyalty to the madam, Zhang Xingyu said after some thought. Baya's lips curled up slightly. Before accompanying Gu Lingqing, she still had to settle down these soldiers. An hour later, Baya entered the presidential palace. Xinyin didn't know that Baya was also here. When she saw Baya, she was slightly surprised. Lu Shuang must be happy. Before seeing her, I want to talk to you first. Is it convenient? Baya said with a smile. Of course, let's go to my study. Xinyin walked in front, and Baya followed behind him. Hua Zixing looked at Baya thoughtfully and asked Nangongyu, next to her, me or her, who is prettier? Her facial features are very exquisite and so are yours. Her skin is very good and so is yours. Her temperament is elegant and so is yours. If you want to point out a difference, it would be that her eyes are very faint, very ethereal, like a fairy who lives in the sky. She has no desires, no thoughts, but there is also compassion. You, on the other hand, have too many desires. Nangongyu did not continue. So she's more perfect than me, Hua Zixing said gloomily, and watched as Baya entered Xinyi's study. What's wrong? Xinyin asked. There's something I want to correct. Xing Buhua is not Gu Lingqing. He's Gu Lingqing's twin brother, Baya said, looking at Xinyin. Xinyin looked at Baya in silence with a flicker of fluctuation. I found out yesterday. He pretended to be Gu Lingqing because he was afraid that I would commit suicide if I knew Gu Lingqing was dead, Baya continued. Xinyin was still silent. I hope that you will let him go no matter what happens in the future. Can you promise me that? What if he doesn't let me go? Xinyin asked. I'll ask him to do the same, Baya said with a smile. Xinyin frowned. He won't leave with you? Baya shook his head. He's willing to leave with me and let go of everything here, but I won't leave. You know, Gu Lingqing and I finally got together. If he dies, I won't live. Lu Shuang will be sad if he finds out. Xinyin's frown deepened. She'll have you in the future. I believe you'll protect her. Everyone has their own choices. I feel pain living. Death is the best ending for me. I think you should see a psychologist, Xinyin reminded. Baya smiled. I'm a psychologist. There aren't many people who are better than me in my profession. So once a psychologist has a mental illness, no one can cure him. It's not a bad choice for you to be with Xing Buhua, Xinyin suggested. What about Lingqing? He's lying on the ground alone. How lonely and sad will he be? Baya's eyes turned red when she thought of Gu Lingqing. The dead can't come back to life. The most important thing is to grasp the present. If we die, we'll have nothing. You won't be able to sense it. We can only live for this lifetime, Xinyin advised. A lifetime is very long. Is it a sad 80 years or a happy 30 years? I know that I might not have a soul after death, but if I live a heartless life, it will be a waste. If I don't have any feelings and live the same life every day, I will be no different from a walking corpse. What's the difference? Maybe you'll find someone in the future that you can entrust your feelings to? The dead Gu Lingqing wasn't worth it. I betrayed him, so I don't deserve a good love, Baiya said. Then according to what you said, if you fall in love once, don't fall in love again. If you fall in love once, don't fall in love again. Then 98% of the people in the world will be bachelors and leftover women, Xinyan disagreed. I loved Su Jiran, but he wasn't worthy of my love, so I gave up. Gu Lingqing is worthy of my life. Xinyan, don't try to persuade me. I won't change my mind when I've already made up my mind. I just want to be with him. I'm not going to change my mind. I only hope that you can let Xing Buhua go in the future. Is that okay? Baiya went back to the main topic and asked, as long as he doesn't hurt me, my family, or the people I love, I won't hurt him. I swear, Xinyan raised her hand and said. Baiya was relieved. Thank you. Also, you've already secured your position. No one can compete with you. When are you going to marry Lu Shuang? This year I'll terminate the contract with Hua Zixing early. I want to marry her as soon as possible and bring our child back. Xinyan said expectantly. Her eyes dimmed. Can I leave after we get married? Lu Shuang will be very sad. Chapter 707. Are you going to meet her now? Xinyan asked in a low voice. Baiya nodded. She still had a lot to tell Lu Shuang. Xinyan stood at the door of Lu Shuang's room with Baiya. She's inside. She went to bed too late last night, so she may still be sleeping now. Baiya smiled and said, she's still the same. Okay. Xinyan answered and pushed the door open. Lu Shuang suddenly sat up from the bed. His hair was still messy. He asked Xinyan, who was at the door, are you going to have dinner? Not yet. Your friend is here to see you. Xinyan said lovingly. Baiya walked into the room. When Lu Shuang saw Baiya, he screamed in surprise and immediately jumped out of bed. Little Bai, you're back. I missed you so much. She hugged Baiya quickly. Xinyan's eyes were full of sadness. The happier Lu Shuang was at the moment, the sadder he would be when he learned about Baiya's death. He closed the door so that the two sisters could have a good time together. Wait for me. I'll brush my teeth and wash my face first. Let's go to the park to chat later. Lu Shuang said hurriedly and went to the bathroom. Baiya looked at her room. Her room was connected to Xinyan's. A puppy ran in. Baiya was happy. She squatted down and touched the puppy's head. Her puppy was still with Lung Xiao. It would become a small military dog in the future. She felt a little warm in her heart. Lu Shuang came out of the bathroom and took the puppy away. He thought that the puppy was enough, so he put it outside the door and said, go and find your father. The puppy's eyes were wide open, peeping at Lu Shuang. Lu Shuang closed the door and said in a low voice, Xinyan said that Xing Buhua is Gu Lingqing? Baiya shook her head. No, he's Gu Lingqing's twin brother. Ah? They're really twins. Lu Shuang was shocked. No wonder they look so alike. Baiya held Lu Shuang's hand. Shuang Niu, when you marry Xinyan, you'll be the president's wife. Your every move will be expanded. I can't stay with you. You must listen to Xinyan. Otherwise you'll suffer. The power of public opinion will break your heart. Well, he may find someone to teach me. Alas, actually, I'm not cut out to be an official. Thinking about someone like me becoming the president's wife, I think my ancestors will wake up laughing. Baiya was amused by Lu Shuang. You're very smart. Don't belittle yourself. You just need to restrain yourself and sacrifice a little bit of freedom. Love is about giving and tolerating. This kind of love is also beautiful. Lu Shuang nodded, and there was a hint of sweetness in his smile. Let's go to the park. Okay, Baiya said softly. Lu Shuang took Baiya out of the door. They passed through the hall and were about to go out. Don't you want breakfast? Xinyan shouted. Call me when it's time for lunch. I'll take little Bai out for a walk. Lu Shuang said and was about to go out. We'll go out after breakfast. It's not good for your stomach if you don't eat breakfast. I steamed meat buns for you. Xinyan stood up and said. Ah, then I'll eat while walking, Lu Shuang said. Xinyan had no choice but to go to the kitchen to get the buns. Baiya smiled. Xinyan was usually reserved and calm. His other side would only appear in front of the woman he loved. Lu Shuang followed him into the kitchen. After a while he came out with a meat bun. Let's go. The air outside is good. If you encounter something and feel pressured when you're doing it, but you have no choice but to do it, what will you do? Baya asked. You're asking me? Lu Shuang was confused. I have no choice but to do it? Then I can only bite the bullet and do it. What else can I do? Yes. Once you recognize that you have no choice but to do it, then relax your mind. You only need to do a little bit every day and keep working hard in the direction of completing it. When you're tired, you can lie down and listen to music quietly. It can calm your mind. Or it can be a trip. It can make you forget your troubles and calm down in simple happiness, Baya said softly. Lu Shuang stopped walking. The meat bun also stopped eating. He had a bad feeling. Why are you telling me this? Did something happen? Baya shook her head lightly. In the future I'll go on a trip. I want to teach you the method. You're not coming back anymore? Lu Shuang asked. His eyes were a little red. Maybe. You've always been a cold person. You've been abroad for a few years and you said you wouldn't contact me anymore. Lu Shuang wiped the corner of his eyes and turned around. I won't miss you anymore. Baya felt a faint pain in her heart. She was a person without family, so she valued love and friendship very much. She went forward and hugged Lu Shuang. I'm very lucky in this life. I have a lover like Gu Lingqing and a friend like you. I didn't live my life in vain. Then don't leave. We'll be together forever. I'll be the president's wife in the future. You're her friend. You're awesome, okay? Lu Shuang turned around and looked at her. Baya lowered her head and kissed Lu Shuang's forehead. Forgive me. I won't forgive you. You're always like this. You only do your own things. Why do you have to leave? I'm already back. You've wronged me. I've already forgiven you. Are you not willing to stay? Lu Shuang said emotionally. Baya caressed Lu Shuang's head and smiled. I still have something to tell you. Remember it. I don't want to remember it, Lu Shuang said stubbornly. She turned around and walked towards the villa. Baya stared at her back. Her heart was as calm as still water. She had to leave anyway. So she could not force it for even a moment. Lu Shuang walked for 10 meters. Seeing that Baya did not call him and did not follow him, he sighed helplessly. He turned around and walked towards Baya. Say it. I'm listening. If you love him, don't do what you think is right. Do what he wants you to do. That way you won't be a burden to others. Is it what Gu Lingqing wants you to do, to leave everything here and travel? Lu Shuang asked. He's already dead. I can't ask for his opinion, Baya said softly. Lu Shuang felt sorry for Baya. She was such a beautiful woman. She was still young, but she was going to die alone. No matter how angry he was, it disappeared. Tears rolled down his cheeks. I can't bear to leave you, Xiao Bai, Lu Shuang choked with sobs. Baya walked forward and hugged Lu Shuang. She looked into the distance. Chapter 708. Others might say things that might hurt you, make you feel uncomfortable, sad, or depressed. Remember, don't mind them. Those people won't be able to enter your life. Their opinions and words are all aimed at hurting you. It's not the truth, so don't take it seriously, Baya continued. Lu Shuang nodded. His tears were still flowing and his shoulders were trembling. You have to grow up. When we can be simple, it's because someone created a protective circle for us that we can be free. But the people who protect us are too tired. Don't let the people who love us suffer, Baya said gently. Lu Shuang raised his head and looked at Baya. What if I can't do it? Baya smiled. You just have to improve a little every day. The harder you work, the happier you will be. Maintain a good mental state. Just a little bit of improvement is enough for you to be happy. You need a goal in life to live a fulfilling life. You don't have to be dispirited, bored, or feel inferior. Lu Shuang nodded. Call me when you're free, when you're going on a trip, okay? Baya looked at Lu Shuang deeply. She was good at lying only to comfort the people she loved. She didn't want Lu Shuang to be too desperate. She nodded. I'll send you a postcard every time I go. Lu Shuang heaved a sigh of relief. What else do you want to tell me? That's all for today. I'll write some things on a postcard and send them to you, Baya said gently. Okay. Lu Shuang lowered his head and took a bite of his bun. Will you go on a trip with Xing Buhua? Baya shook her head. Every time I see him, I'll think of Gu Lingqing and feel sad. Forget it. You're so beautiful. You might meet your true love when you go on a trip. Oh yeah, that Alan seems to be waiting for you too, Lu Shuang said. Baya smiled. Alan and I are the purest of friends. I still owe him a meal. When I go to his place for a trip, I'll specially treat him. Yeah, I think you two are a good match. So, as long as you're alive, nothing is impossible. Look at me. I hated Xinyan so much, but now I'm with him. It's a miracle. Lu Shuang sighed and ate a bun. There are 2 days left. What are you going to do? I haven't decided yet. I'll probably stay at home. I promised to do a psychological test for Lung Xiao, but I haven't have yet. I really should learn from you. You actually learn psychology so well. I've almost forgotten all about gynecology and obstetrics, and now I've become a professional web addict, Lu Shuang said in shame. I really should learn from you. I didn't expect you to be so good at psychology. I've almost forgotten about gynecology and obstetrics. I've become a professional netizen, Lu Shuang said shamefully. When Lu Shuang turned around, Xinyan quickly walked to her side and put a cloak on her. She scolded, "You might catch a cold. Don't go out with so little clothes on." "I'm just showing off my strong body," Lu Shuang said cheerfully. Xinyan looked at Baiya. "Lu Shuang and I are going to the restaurant first. You can come back in an hour." I haven't talked much with Xiao Bai yet. Can I go later?" Lu Shuang complained. "You're my assistant. What do you think?" "It's fake. Actually, it's okay if I don't go, right?" Lu Shuang asked sneakily. Xinyan said helplessly, "Forget it. You stay at home and rest. Be good." Lu Shuang hugged Baiya's arm happily. "Can I go shopping with Xiao Bai? I haven't gone shopping with Xiao Bai for a long time." Xinyan knocked Lu Shuang's head. "Don't push your luck. Baiya still has something to do in the afternoon. She can't finish it in a short time. What about at night? Can we go at night?" Lu Shuang asked pitifully. Xinyan remained silent. Lu Shuang saw that there was a chance. He let go of Baiya and hugged Xinyan's arm. He said coquettishly, "I'll go out at night and buy you something delicious." Xinyan looked at Baiya and asked in a deep voice, "Can you go at night?" Baiya nodded. Lu Shuang jumped up in joy. "That's great. Ah. The man I love the most and the woman I love the most are by my side. Feels great." Xinyan looked at Baiya meaningfully. Her eyes darkened. Baiya just smiled. She was calm like a stream flowing freely in the depths of the forest. Serene and natural. Xinyan went to the restaurant to make arrangements. Baiya returned to her usual silence. She listened to Lu Shuang talk about the game and Xinyan. "I think that Hua Zixing isn't in a good state recently. I saw her crying once," Lu Shuang said in surprise. "Because Xinyan doesn't have any internal problems. She will get rid of her external problems. She's probably worried that Xinyan will abandon her. At times like this, you have to protect yourself. Do you understand? It's better for you to be inseparable from Xinyan," Baiya said worriedly. "Xinyan will definitely bring her along when she goes for dinner. She will bring the fake Nangong Yu. Moreover, Xinyan should have arranged for someone to protect me in the villa. Since he promised me to go shopping with you tonight, he will make the arrangements." Lu Shuang was relieved. Baiya was experienced. She reminded, "Caution is the parent of safety. Carelessness will lead to a great loss." Lu Shuang nodded. "I learned self-defense from an uncle when I was on the wrong track. I will ask Xinyan to teach me how to design when she's free. I will keep a gun by my side in the future." Baiya looked at the time. "I have to go. I have something to do." Lu Shuang gestured for her to make a phone call. "Let's talk later." "Okay." Baiya walked to the door. Zhang Xingyu did not leave. They went to the restaurant. Xinyan's men were waiting at the door. They brought Baiya to the private room. In the private room, other than Xinyan and Xinyan's men, there was also Xing Shang, who was lying on the chair with his eyes closed. "He fell asleep after taking your medicine. Is he okay?" Xinyan asked. "It's like this. Some people have strong willpower. It's not easy to hypnotize them, so they use this medicine. You can leave first. I will tell you the address after I ask for it," Baiya said. Xinyan trusted Baiya. Moreover, he had installed surveillance cameras in the room. He brought his men out. Baiya looked at the sleeping Xing Shang. She gave him something to smell. Xing Shang opened his eyes slowly. Baiya sat opposite him. She knocked on the table rhythmically and said, "You woke up from your bed and opened the curtains. It's dark outside. However, you still have to go out because you have to do something big. This thing can only be done by yourself." Xing Shang was scared. He looked at the air. "You're not dead?" You're tuning in to the Han Li's Wuxia Chronicles YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.